Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome back to another meeting of the Appendix and Book Club. Tonight we will be reviewing Lord Dunsany'S The Charwoman's Shadow. Like I said in the description there, possibly the oldest book in the Appendix N list from the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide that we have reviewed thus far. I'm certain there's probably a few others that are older, but possibly no. I know Lord Dunsany was a favorite of H.P. Lovecraft and others of his era, and I'm just waiting for the usual cast of characters to join us. I don't know where they are. Let's see if we have anybody in chat. Does not appear so. Let me go and see what's keeping my bros. I know Crafting Gamer sort of noped out of this. Maybe he will join us. And as he did not enjoy it. I, on the other hand, did for various reasons. We'll get into once everybody else gets here. We say our usual greetings and things like that. I'm assuming Justin's just lollygagging, or who knows? Maybe he's asleep, and I'll just have to do this next week. I don't know. I really don't feel like bouncing this off myself. Uh, that would be kind of ridiculous, but that's probably Justin. Oh, there he is. What's up, Crafting? Wasn't sure if you were going to make it. It was just giving you a bunch of shit for noping out. I could see why you would, but I'm glad I stuck through it. I actually finished it with time to spare.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Can't you hear me?
Yeah, just barely. You might want to turn up your volume just a little bit.
Don't know if I can.
See if I can do it for you. Yes, in fact, I can. Okay, let's hear what you got. Yeah, that's
not much.
That's much better. Yeah. So, what was it specifically that noped you out right out of this one?
The entire premise.
Okay.
The kid's an idiot. Second off, why I give a shit about the scullery maid? She made her bed. This guy had made a deal with the devil, and she didn't expect there to be some sort of real payment. Uh, uh, the kid's stupid. I know that already, but literally he just goes through derpa. Oh, stupid.
How far did you get?
Halfway through.
Oh, okay. He actually proves to be quite resourceful and dedicated to uh, foiling his mentor's plans, which were to turn him into an even greater dark wizard than himself, which is a shame because I wish he would have gone into some of the other magics he was learning, but he was focused on retrieving the learning the spell that would release the shadows from the box for the Charwoman and himself. Which spoiler, he ends up marrying the Charwoman. She ends up reverting back to her original age and being quite beautiful.
Because she. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah, it was in my opinion a charming story from a bygone era. Mind you, it was written in 1928 or thereabouts, and sorcery and things like that weren't really well defined when it came to fiction. So I think he did a decent job. Mind you, everybody in the story was rather simple. All of the characters were, you know, could barely read or write, and that wasn't,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
coming from a time where that was not a thing, and everybody had their one thing that they did, and that was it.
yeah. Well, that's
Um,
into where the characters being stupid. Stupid. I'm going to give up half my eyesight for the ability. And on the same hand, his father, literally being the king of the land, could easily go, "Oh, have gone. Oh yeah, my son, you're going to get rated. Okay, we'll teach your son." Times in
no,
actual history.
actually, his father was rather poor.
No, his
The whole family was rather
he was
no.
poor. Poor
They were landowners, but they were dead broke.
they made a point to say his father was the king. Yeah, they're dead broke, but
His father was
they
not the
made it
king.
quite clear his father.
His
Well, then
father
they
was not the king. As a matter of fact, his father was less than the duke, and the duke was best friends with the king. And
they have a scene with the
yes,
fucking king. What would be that point? Even more reason to dislike this book.
I never picked up any of that. The family,
There is a
while they
scene where they're talking to what I was presuming to be the father, and they literally address him as not Duke, but as Your Majesty. King is letting anyone below him be called that. He is a fucking moron.
don't remember that. I'll have to go back and see where that was. But yeah, the family they had three small fields that barely produced any food. They were below the Duke by several tiers because the guy that I forget his name that the sister was betrothed to marry was below the Duke, which would make him maybe a baron or an earl or something like that. And their family was just landed gentry at best.
Yeah, that's not the impression I ended up getting from it.
But
And I
yeah,
wasn't even listening to it on full. Here's the thing: are you the also have to in the consideration
your
was
audio is like
so
popping in and
interesting.
out,
I
so it's
literally
hard
found
to
myself
hear
doing
what you're
other
saying.
things. That's odd. Let me check the mic real quick. Make sure it's
Yeah,
plugged in properly.
because now you're fine. Uh, but yeah, I
God.
wasn't a big fan of the woman. Sorry, Michelle Fry, I believe was her name, that read it. I really was annoyed with the introduction and ending of each chapter, letting us know what we were already listening to. But I assume that was because it was multiple audio files eventually compiled. Um, Whenever this was recorded, that was annoying. Her voice was a little. It was interesting that someone found this book that interesting to go through all 30 chapters of it. Um, but I like I said, I found it charming. It had a happy ending. Everybody got more or less what they wanted. The sister married the duke. Uh, uh, God, Alonzo, I think that was his name. The kid,
Mhm.
he ended up marrying the charwoman because she was magicked into being an old lady, and like I said, they all lived happily ever after. There were some interesting takeaways from this. What did you think of the writer's style, not the content?
Uh, if part of his style was drawing everything out to the way a lot of people describe Stephen, not a Stephen King, Motlin, I didn't like it.
No,
Everything
I'm sure.
outside Tales wasn't so bad. I mean, the style
Uh-huh.
itself didn't bother me.
Mind you, it does. I'm pretty certain it more or less predates Tolkien or was right around the same era, and that's the way
Uh,
things
it
were done.
it gave a date, I think 1930 something.
It was 1928. Hey, what's up, Dean? And I was actually impressed with some aspects of the writing style, the way he would compare things to other things constantly in sort of flowery ways that I'm trying to learn how to do, especially since we're writing, right now we're writing fantasy books for Justin, wherever the hell you are, his writing challenge. I find it helpful to be able to put myself into the manner of speech that you would kind of assume that people in a fantasy setting would use, as opposed to all the modern slang and phrases that we hear.
Well, there we have a. I had a bit of an issue. Uh, it didn't sound Spanish. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the greatest grasp of how the Spanish language speaks. But the only time I actually remembered they were supposed to be in Spain is when he specifically said somewhere in Spain, or when he said "Hola, señor." That's the
Yeah,
only time
but
I
I
felt
mean,
like
if
they
you're
were in Spain. Otherwise, it felt like they were in any generic European country.
well, here's
I
the
mean,
thing:
he
if you're
didn't, in my
translating it,
opinion, he didn't try hard enough to make it sound like he was in a particular region.
actually, I did get it. Well, because if you're translating it, either way, you won't use like you said, senor. You wouldn't use that word. You'd use Mister or Lord, because that would be the translation. You don't like throw
Well,
in little Spanish words here to remind people.
that's
You
not
do
what
it
I'm
through.
referring to. I'm referring to something like completely perfect English, but for lack of a better term, booger. Do you hear that in America? No, you hear that in
Well,
Europe.
do from you
He didn't
guys.
add any.
Uh,
He didn't add any slang. How's that?
oh, I don't know what.
And because he didn't add any Spanish slang, for lack of a better term, it didn't sound like he was in Spain. He sounded like he was in any generic European country.
Uh, I don't know that we would recognize it. You know what I mean? I don't know any.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it also sounded like he didn't even try. I would rather have him tried than not done anything at all.
no, he did try because several times he mentioned the pulling a rabbit out of a sombrero as opposed to a
Yeah, it
hat.
was little that didn't make me feel like I was in Spain. That made me feel like someone was living close to Spain at best.
Um,
Yeah, but he just happens to know these individual little things. I didn't get the feel of Spain. I got like a generic country that might have been around Spain, and he might have picked up a few words and a few little
well,
things
believe it or
there.
not, other than maybe describing the clothing or the food, uh, they weren't that different. Especially with the priest, having him so part of the story and everyday life and little things like that. I can't think of anything that I myself would put in to show the difference between uh, medieval ish Spain and
Well,
medieval
a
Europe.
lot of people do know a lot of Spanish. I couldn't name off the top of my head, but a lot of people recognize actual Spanish holidays, not the Americanized versions. He didn't mention any of those. He didn't mention food. He said, "Oh, great lumps of meat," instead of saying a traditional meal is from Spain.
Yeah, that might have been harder
Little
to come by. I don't know if he ever
that it's
exactly, James.
so rare that he did a little
I
thing.
don't know that Lord Dunsany ever traveled to Spain, so back then when it was written, it might have been very difficult to have what we would call common knowledge of what it's like in Spain or what it was like in Spain. I certainly have no idea what it would be like back then. Um, but I really didn't think that was uh,
Well,
a serious detractor from the story overall. Yeah, I think they do, James. I'm not 100% though. Like I said, I've never been to Spain, so it would be hard to know.
oh,
Yes, it is. It is Spanish for hat.
I do know Spain is, I think that's how it's pronounced.
And
That
I don't
originates
know
in
that that dance goes back. I don't know that that dance goes back that far. Oop, we lost him, and there we got him back.
my connection seems to be a little off tonight. Either that or
Yeah,
Shadow
yeah,
got
no
tired
worries.
of the argument.
No, not at all, not at all. Like I said, it's not like uh, he would have had access to the internet if
Oh
he.
yeah, yeah. I'm definitely one of those. If you're not going to get the setting right and you don't know anything about where you're trying to set your location, don't set it there. Set it more generic.
Well, that's easy for us to say today. Back then, in the 20s and 30s, um, while
Yeah, nobody would
sure,
have known.
exactly, and nor would they have, thought anything of it. Just the sheer fact that, uh, I mean, I'm pretty sure his first name wasn't Lord, and I don't know much about Lord Dunsany, but I kind of got the impression that he, not necessarily high-ranking noble or anything, but his name carried some clout, and therefore, uh, getting to read something from someone like that. I mean, I can't think of too many other fiction writers ever that
Yeah.
came from a high house and were able to put something to paper that uh, we would be interested in. Yeah. No worries, James. But like I said, it's very much a product of its time, trying to write about a place and an era clearly way before this guy's time. The uh, the characters were interesting, very for all their plain and blandness. Um, I felt kind of bad for the father of Alonzo, excuse me. Having to come up with a dowry for his daughter, and even by the time she's 17.
I did not feel sorry for him at all. Why? Highly religious area, obviously Christian based. Oh, I'm going to go risk my son's soul instead of my own to
No,
get
no,
my
no, no,
make
no.
become rich.
It wasn't.
No, no, no. Hold,
It wasn't that because the guy
Shadow,
wasn't.
you know this better than me. You take up magic, you lose your price.
Well, they didn't. They weren't certain of the price, and the price was uh,
Yeah, but
his
magic has
shadow,
been
not
frowned
his soul.
upon. Yeah, but
Oh,
magic has been frowned
absolutely.
upon, and it's
And
always
yes,
been
they were,
as far back as I can remember. Christianity has always said, "You mess with magic, you lose your soul," because the only way to get it is to make a deal with the devil.
which didn't really happen. It was a deal with a guy who had clearly made a deal with the devil, sort of. Although I
Yeah.
don't know because there was an allusion to the magicians. Uh, I could see if at some point you didn't get that far where the magician might have actually been trying to teach the young lad a completely different lesson, that life was to be enjoyed, and the pursuit of that over power, which is something he mentioned was far more noble and
Oh,
worthy of
oh no.
life's pursuit.
Oddly enough, yes, he actually makes that very clear at the very beginning. What is his
Mhm.
purpose for being out here in the tower? It's to discover the true meaning, the true way to happiness for man. And
Right.
I don't know if that's the exact words, but that's basically what he said.
Mhm.
Okay, so you gave up your soul for a good reason. I'll give you that. But still,
And I don't know
by
that.
the way most Christian that I know of treat magic, you so much as learn one spell, you've lost your soul. And that's pretty much as far as I
No,
know
no,
what the
no, no,
Bible
no, no, no,
sells.
no, no. Salvation is always open, uh, as long as you're willing to accept it. Now, with the father, I don't know that, or I didn't feel that he was like pushing his son to do something that he wasn't willing to do himself. Was something he just couldn't do himself because he wasn't smart enough to figure a way to use it to help save the family, or marry the daughter off, which was his responsibility, but he couldn't do so because there was nobody nearby, other than the one ugly noble that wanted to marry her, and she clearly did not, because I don't know if you got to the love potion part?
Nope.
Oh, okay. The sister writes the her brother saying, I don't want gold for my dowry. I want a love potion, and she actually put the love potion in the Duke's uh, wine at a dinner so that he would fall in love, and he outranked the guy she was betrothed to, and she worked it so that she ended up marrying the Duke instead of the ugly old dude that wanted to marry her, and he was a young, handsome Duke, so that worked out for her, and he ended up breaking free, Alonso breaking free of all the evil that he it sort of picked up, and the whole time he was fighting against it to do a nobler thing, which was to help save the Charwoman and getting her soul back so she could leave the service of the old wizard and live out the remainder of her years as a normal human because the folks it was really weird about the whole shadow thing that people watched each other's shadows to see if they were you know like if their shadows moved right and grew and lengthened with the
That was actually considered a look it up. Shadows not moving right was considered a form of possession.
yeah, I'd never heard that before. Or if your shadow didn't grow as the sun went down because it would be a longer shadow and things like that, and that people would see that and go, oh my God, you're
Oh
in
yeah.
league with the devil.
Well,
That was
don't forget
really
we.
an interesting.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
let's say don't forget. We also have to remember back when, especially when this was placed, we people did not have the best understanding of physics.
Mm-hmm.
So anything out of the normal would be considered a supernatural sign. And it does not take much for someone's shadow to look odd when you are standing in the right spot compared to everybody else's that's in the same exact area. Excuse me a second, I just got
Mm-hmm.
a knock on my door.
I liked it because it gave me a deeper insight to superstitions and things like that I could use in a fantasy setting that would exist. The superstitions and the wacky beliefs that people had back in the day that I could use as a focal point or just a little drop here and drop there of things that would be this town or this village might have this superstition and to what lengths at several points they were chasing poor Alonso around because they thought he was in league with the devil because his shadow he'd gotten a substitute shadow after he had sold his shadow to the wizard, so he got like a fake one that didn't ever grow or do what it was supposed to. It was always like static, if you will, and people recognized that and they started chasing him, trying to kill him. Um, which I could
Yeah.
see using that sort of feeling in a game to emphasize that you are living in a primitive society and they have primitive beliefs and understandings and things as such. Welcome to the show, Mike. You ready for the game Saturday?
Every time I see his symbol, all I can think of is damn, I need to remember to pick up some Chaos Space Marines at some point.
I may have some from seventh or ninth edition. I'll take a look,
Yeah.
see if I can find them. So if a shadow doesn't grow at sundown, should I be worried, or is that worse in this case? I'm pretty certain it's going to grow if you're in a place where it can stretch because of the sun, and the sun can actually hit you and make a shadow. As the sun goes down, your shadow will get longer because it's at a different angle. I don't know that there's anything to worry about, but my name is Shadow, so you might not want to trust what I have to say about it. I could be leading you astray, or I could just be
Uh,
ignorant.
and
I'm going
perfectly
to go with
honest, if
ignorant in this
if
case.
Justin was here, he would have taken that a totally different way.
Mhm.
Uh, so be careful. Justin might have rubbed off on Dean Paul.
Mhm. I don't know where he is. He must be sleeping or engaged in something else. I can't actually. Well, I suppose I could go check and see if he's uh, messaged us about this particular situation. Because I was just. It says he's playing Dyson Sphere.
I know
What the shit,
he gave
dude?
a smiley face when I said I was out. So you can leave playing similar to Spaces Engineer, so he could still be asleep. With that said, though, I've never actually played Dyson Sphere,
And I got a
so
message from when we're done talking about the book. I don't know the game, and it's orange. His Discord thing is orange, so he's probably actually sleeping, and I'm not going to bug him anymore. The Cigar DM wants to join us when we're done talking about the book, um,
well,
which will be
I
rather
didn't, I
short.
didn't, I didn't have, and it has a, and that's fine for the book, but this Frost, Moonpool, and the Sorcerer's Sword, I at least wanted to.
Mhm. I
This
made
I
it
had
a
absolutely no
point
interest
to.
in finishing.
Would you read anything else by him?
If this was early in his career, yes,
Gotcha. I don't know that was the case.
because as if this is late in his
I do
career,
know
then I'm
he
not
was
that
highly
interested.
regarded, especially by Lovecraft of all people. This was Lord Dunsany was probably his second or third favorite author,
Huh.
and again, I there wasn't as much to, in the way of let's call it classic literature to latch on to other than mythology and things like that, or stuff that I'm unaware of. For someone like Lovecraft to appreciate his work so very much. I actually enjoyed it. I actually predicted what was going to happen with the love potion because it made perfect sense and things like that, and it solved everybody's problems. Even though it was pretty sneaky and kind of evil, throwing a love potion in somebody's drink that you don't know, but you know about all their wealth and status. But she saved everybody's, bacon by doing so. And yes, he knows his voice is breaking up. He's got a really bad connection right now.
Yeah, my
But
computer
I'm
was doing
definitely going
great
to
for a while
read
there.
more. It was, yeah, it's an intermittent thing. I'm definitely going to read more of Lord Dunsany's work. I think if you can put yourself in the position of, if you'd read this in 1930, it probably would have been rather riveting and quite enjoyable for its time. We're all very very spoiled when it comes to what we can read and what we have access to, and what we have just all of these people are standing on the shoulders of giants. Was it potion number 9? I don't know. It was interesting, all of the ingredients that were in it, which I also found amusing, like the dust off of somebody who had done something. I'm like, what, or something like that. It was just like all these weird ingredients, not your traditional, yeah, sneaky
Yeah.
woman. Your
Well, yeah,
traditional
that's
eye of.
yeah that well, that brings us to where I won't say it made the story bad, but it definitely was missed potential. All these weird requirements that he could have done. It's like, why didn't the boy go? Well, I have ideas. Like, like, like excellent example. If you are creative, you have more ideas than you'll ever be able to actually get out of your head. Period.
Ideas about
Why not?
what?
Well, got stories I don't know if I'll ever write.
Well, I think it all comes back down again to.
That will for like and more coming back to this to the Wizards. I've been throwing it into both the games I'm making and occasionally into Bruce's game.
Again, I think it all comes down to location and time. If he grew up in England or something like that in the 20s and 30s and the 10s, uh, writing something like this would have been, you know, completely out of this world for the 99.999% of the population of where he, where I'm assuming he lived and grew up, that this was high fiction and high fantasy for its era, whereas you know uh, it would be a few years, I believe, before pulps would start pulling all of that kind of uh, fiction in. There's Justin.
Hey, Raven.
Let's see what. Oh yes, hi Raven. Welcome to the show, Justin. Uh,
Sorry I'm late.
yeah, don't worry.
I was out and my phone died, so I couldn't message you.
And I don't remember when War of the Worlds was, but I think it might have been around the same time. Maybe even
Don't lie, Shadow. You voice acted that.
no, that was not me.
No, he was the
Although
Martian.
I would love to be able to hear it again, the actual radio broadcast from that evening. That must have been something.
It's on YouTube. You can,
But yeah, I remember watching the movie, uh, like the recreation of it back in the 70s or 80s, where they were showing how they made the sound of the spaceship doors opening by taking an empty uh, not canning, but preserve jar, and they took it and they unscrewed it inside a toilet and had the microphone down there, so that they got this weird turning sound. It was pretty interesting. Uh, I think so, James. What's up, Per? I didn't see you come in.
I will check.
So, Justin, what did you think?
No for any future Lord Dunsany books.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the most egregious for you?
It dragged on and
It was rather long.
I heard
Yeah, I can't
I just finished listening to a book that was
remember the exact scene, but I'm
37 hours long, and it went by faster.
yeah. It's like right. I forgot exactly what scene it was, but right at the beginning of the book, description of an
You're breaking up.
something
Yeah,
like
hey, Crafty, why don't you? Oh, okay, perfect. Crafty, why don't you pop out and pop back in so we can see if that clears it up? Because we're missing some of your main points.
Yeah. Because we
keep my
literally
eye
heard
Keep my eye on the
there
dial.
was a scene. It took 20 minutes.
Yeah, I found some of the ways he wrote. I really enjoyed. I was telling Crafting about his similes and things like that. I want to be able to do that more instead of using.
But there was nothing said. You
What do you mean?
know, like the language was like poetic and all, but there was no substance or story behind it.
Yeah, it was too. He was like he overdid it, but some of the ones.
I swear, find a word count of this book, cut it in half, because one half of these fucking words is the word shadow.
Yeah, the fact that the place was called like Shadow Valley or something like that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me, really? We get it.
He has
right?
my shadow. I need to get her shadow for my shadow, because her shadow is my shadow, and the shadow is the shadow.
Yeah, there are, like I said, it's not perfect, but I'm trying to look at it from a
But what
1928.
about the shadow?
Yeah, I literally, the guy owes me a crap ton of money. Just saying. Every time you use that word, I get a nickel. So,
Yeah, nah, he's got a bulk discount. This motherfucker, he pays you a penny every time.
He did not ask me for a bulk discount. I might have, had I known what he was writing, I might have given him one. But then again, I might have told him to ease up on it because, every time somebody uses that word, I also hear it. So, the nickel is barely enough compensation for, the number of times I hear that. But I really, the
You
older
hear
the book
this?
is, the more leeway I'm going to give them for things because nobody else was doing it back then, and the fact that
Well, people were writing. There's no excuse. People were writing. To have the same quality of writing that Jane Austen, a fucking 12-year-old girl, could do, but just say fucking fireball instead of court ball, is not that fucking hard. So don't give me that. Don't give me that.
well, like I was also saying, hey, Connell, you're not crafting. You have to be quiet until I finish this statement. Um, there had to be a reason back in the day that H.P. Lovecraft appreciated his work as much as he did, and every one of us, or for the most part, most of us do
H.P.
enjoy
Lovecraft was
work.
mentally deranged.
Yeah, there is that is fair, but you know, like I said, we're spoiled. We've had all of human history at our fingertips for most of our lives, whereas these people didn't and had to do some hard work to get anything done, let alone written and published, to the point where during their lifetime they were household words.
We've had
Even
all
Lovecraft wasn't, though.
we have had all of technology, man's history at our fingertips. Let's be honest. Maybe the last about 20, 24, 25 years.
Well, I forget how young you young pups are exactly. So, and I assume that the first 10 years of your lives you weren't plugged in like you are
No,
now.
no, no. I'm saying the internet, the interwebs, wasn't as what it is today when I was like in boarding school or in grade school. If you wanted to read H.P. Lovecraft or know anything of it, Friedrich Nietzsche, H.P. Lovecraft, anybody of that thought processing, you had to go to your local library, which I still recommend everybody to do. Go to your local library and
Yep.
take your kids with you. But it wasn't at our fingertips. We had to go look for it. We had to go search it out.
Let's call it most of your adult life then.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm just being honest about it. It's, I'm still pissed that the Library of Alexander got burnt down.
Well, there's really nothing you can do about that one.
Yeah, like what were you getting out of that thing? Fucking maps and instructions on how to make
Well,
wood
I
dildos.
have a lobotomy tonight.
yeah. Well, Connell, if you really want to take out your anger about about the Library of Alexandria, the guy who did it is right above you. So all you have to do is go to his house. You can have taken all the revenge you
Yeah,
want.
I really had nothing to do with that. I was somewhere
That's a
else.
lie. Don't lie.
This is a really fucking.
You're mistaking it for the
I'll
record.
give you more Hail Marys than I gave Connell the other night.
You're mistaking that for the Akashic records, which I plan to burn down. Not that I have burned down.
Well, I'm not saying you thought it was the Alexander records. We're just saying that you did it.
You know, Shadow. It really, really drunk does no excuse.
Yeah.
Oh well, that
It's been a
explains
long
why he
time
quit
since I've been
drinking. He blacked out, burned down the library, and he's like, "Damn, maybe I shouldn't have done that." Well, I ain't drinking ever
If
again.
that's the case, then I blacked out several, almost 1,000 years of history because I have no recollection. And yes,
Well, that definitely explains why you don't drink anymore. That's one of those moments. Good God, what year? What time is it?
What can I say? Grandma
What is that? Wham!
Grandma McIntyre.
What was that? And next thing you know, he's getting hit by a car.
Grandma McIntyre didn't raise no
Sorry.
quitter.
right, James. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on that day, but not on anything hot because.
There is a small pool of diamonds underneath the Sphinx. You know how I know? Because when I was a kid, I watched an episode of Rescue Rangers, Chipmunks, and they were in Egypt, and there was a pool of blue diamonds underneath underneath it.
Yeah, I'm not taking Disney's word on anything. Just saying.
Well, Walt Disney was a Freemason. Freemasons are ones who built the pyramid, in a sense.
Yeah.
That's right, Dean. Exactly. I was at Agartha. During
So
the
I'm
during
just
this
saying,
burning
you know,
Library of Alexandria. So, Justin, is there anything you would take away from this book? Anything you would use, borrow,
what's the
learn
book you
from?
guys read? What book were you supposed to read? I should say, if looking at
Lord
definitions.
Dunsany's The Charwoman's Shadow.
The
Ah,
Charwoman's shadow.
is it?
Uh,
Where did
It
you find
was it was long, wordy, and a serious product of its time and environment. Other than that,
yeah.
I,
So
I
So
it,
is
it, it,
Lovecraft, but I liked Lovecraft.
it's about a guy, and his dad wants him to go learn how to make gold from a wizard, and his
Are
sister
you?
is being married off, and the guy's dad has to give away like his three favorite farm fields to the dowry for this girl.
until the
And
dowry's paid.
yeah, until the dowry is paid, or as the dowry.
Justin, are you reading this footnote from Wikipedia?
No, I couldn't find it on Wikipedia. Um,
Yeah, and just think about what you said though. Every one of those concepts is so
yeah.
utterly foreign to all
Well,
of us. You
it's
know,
not to the time period that the story's taking place
right?
in.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not uh, outside that for the story. Uh, so the guy, I don't remember what his fucking name is, and I don't really
Alonso.
care. Alonzo. Uh, it might have said that in the book at some time, but the word shadow was used so many fucking times in the story that I couldn't tell you.
It was there
So
multiple times.
yeah, I know. I just
Wait,
didn't stick with it.
So you're
So
going with no then? For the answer to my question?
he goes to the wizard. I'm telling Connell what the story's about, motherfucker. Also, I'm trying to remember what it's about too.
I would go read it or listen to it if you're really interested.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we're doing a show here that I was a half hour late for. Um, he
yeah,
goes and the wizard's like, you got to give me your shadow in exchange for that knowledge. And he's like, no. And then he's like, is there something else I can get for you? Well, I can teach you how to read for like half your eyesight, which is like a bargaining for powers is something you can use.
I don't remember. I don't remember any of that eyesight part.
Oh yeah,
half your eyesight
the ability to
for the
read.
ability to read, and then
Don't remember
so
that.
then
you'll
the char maiden, which is like old term for
so
chimney
here's your
sweep.
choices. You can either become nearsighted or farsighted. I'm taking half your sight.
Yeah. And she bemoans. She, when
Hmm.
she finds out he didn't trade his shadow, she bemoans his beautiful eyes or whatever. I think they were blue. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
doesn't
remember
matter.
that either. That's weird.
This is a really good stick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can burn things with it too. Uh, and then he ends up trading his shadow later for the gold thing or something else.
Hmm.
The gold thing or something else.
The ability
I don't
to
remember.
transmute
I literally don't
base metals
remember.
into gold.
Yeah.
Ah.
But it's already more complicated than it's like. Hold on, the wizard has this like they hint at the wizard having grand powers, and yet you have to make an alloy that's very similar to gold structure to begin with, which I don't know how you do that, and then you can transmute it into gold.
Yeah, well,
Actually,
it's the chemistry. You gotta shift things slowly in increments.
Mhm.
I'll also put it.
And alchemy was like
You
the
picked this book
general.
out.
It was on the list. It's on the list of books.
Technically, me.
All right.
It's on the list of books that were on the
Yeah,
appendix N for D&D AD&D.
Oh,
yeah, you
because I was
can.
wondering if this was one of those book. Found this in one of those book bins next to the movies Jack finds at Dollar General
No,
bin.
no, no, no.
No.
The
No.
Appendix N is the list of inspired reading that inspired the creation of Dungeons and Dragons, as
Ah.
per the Dungeon Master's Guide at the end of the in one of the appendixes, Appendix N. There's a long list of authors and books that inspired Gygax and Arneson to create this game, and we've decided to go down the list, reading something from each author to see how and why they put them down in there. There are a
It,
lot of
it,
things that
it
could
was
be there.
originally everything, but fuck anything else by this author. I'm just saying I'm out.
I'm sorry to hear you say that, because I think there's got to be something. I don't even know that this would be the book that was what inspired either Lovecraft or Gygax or Arneson to put it
Someone 2
in.
weeks ago said this was the best thing he wrote.
I think it was the best thing that they had read that he wrote. There's another book that
Okay.
he wrote. I forget. It's got like the word elf or something in the title, and I
The
think
one
that
we
might
were originally going to go for?
possibly. But now that we've read his style, I can see me reading his works again. But I'm a fan of reading old poetry and things like that. I want to know
Well, it
the
wasn't
Shut
older
up.
specific.
than you.
How many times do we have to tell you? It's not its age that bothers us. We've read plenty of other
Yeah.
books from the same era that we liked.
No, we
Yeah.
really haven't. Not this
I've
was.
read plenty of Sherlock Holmes. I've
Mhm.
read fuck. There's someone else
You're
who was
just
I'm
different.
also wondering,
I've
guys.
read a fuck ton of. I've read everything by Jane Austen, and I have no problem with her writing.
Yeah, I will never read one word written by her.
Yeah, because
So I have to be very careful. I can't use the word the. Um, I'm wondering,
you're
guys.
very
Do you think?
sheltered and
No. It's not that. I'm wondering. A thought occurred to me that
what the word "the." She uses the word "the."
yeah, I know it was a dumb joke. Um, do you
That's like
think?
400 years difference.
Do you think that the fact that he was a lord, Elfland's daughter? Thank you.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's the one we were going to do.
maybe it's better. I will read it eventually. I'm wondering if the fact that he was a lord made it hard for people to correct and edit him.
Wait, when was this book
No, I
released?
think that was his name.
I can't imagine someone's first name being Lord.
I presumed it was a pen name.
1928.
1928. You said 1928.
Yeah.
Yes.
First name being Lord. Probably not in this
No,
country.
no. He was that was a pen name. Or
I mean, you have like Lord Baron. I mean, he was all over the fucking place, and
yeah, it was actually.
Yeah, I really don't know. I was just wondering because that would kind of make sense. It's like, well, we can't criticize his work because he's Lord of something.
1929. Oh yeah, no. Somebody could. I mean, an editor to a certain degree could run roughshod on him, but
Exactly what Mike said. Very good, my lord. Excellent novel. I can see that.
not 1929.
Yeah, in still in the 20s. The attitude
It's
you're thinking of didn't really start dropping around until
it
the
just
40s.
and we only have that now. In like the last 50, 60 years, I could see back then that it was a literal thing, like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. If you did that, you know what I mean. You could get in trouble if you weren't. That would be impersonating nobility, and you can get your ass
Oh
handed
yeah,
to you.
no. I mean, if you had a title,
Well,
if
there's
you
a
did not
difference
have a
between.
title,
Sorry, go ahead.
if you did not
No,
have a
no,
title,
he was the Lord.
right?
Oh.
If you as a person did not have a title, but you signed your name with the fucking title,
Yeah.
that can get you in that can get you in a hot mess.
Yeah, well, what I was saying was, and I do know this, there's a difference between calling yourself Lord on a daily basis and using a pen name.
If you
Yeah.
could keep anonymous, certainly. But since he was in fact one, I'm wondering if that, if it was hard for people to,
Well, that's
you
if he
know,
was.
see what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah.
like Mike said, very good, my lord, excellent novel. It
Eh,
just,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Yeah.
it would explain a lot, you know.
I actually have to agree. That would explain a
It's
lot.
just, you know,
Well, 1929, I mean, in 1929, reading was still somewhat of a not common
What are you talking about?
yeah. Where was he
literacy.
born, or where did he?
1829, yeah.
Oh,
1920,
no. Literacy,
1929, literacy was up.
literacy was still a problem in the
Take care, Dean.
1929.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Literacy is still a problem
Party
here in
on, Dean.
Yeah,
America.
Dean.
Well, it's gotten
It
worse
still is
because
worldwide, to be honest. But in the Western world,
it's gotten worse in the
less and
last
less as
20
time goes
years.
on, and more as time goes on, depending on which part of Detroit you live in. Um,
Yeah, it's not just a Detroit thing.
yeah, I know, but it was the first name that came to mind.
Uh,
But like I said, you know, there must have been a reason why it was in the DMG, why Lovecraft loved it so much.
And
And one thing I do know, that Lord Dunsany wrote a lot of things that were like dream fantasies, okay, which we did not touch
Yeah.
on, which I will, because that's a huge part of what Lovecraft also did. He literally copied the entire notion of dream world, fantasy worlds in his head that you could go to when you sleep, that were real places, only accessible through your dreams. That Lovecraft just, half his stories are literally that, are literally borrowed from Lord Dunsany's creation.
I
Uh,
know, H.P. Lovecraft wasn't a drinker.
no, he was a
uh,
hardcore teetotaler.
But at the same time, I'm wondering if there was
1926.
mushrooms in his tea.
This book was 300 pages. Well, 294 originally.
Right.
So, like, it would have been a quick read for most people.
Hmm.
Um, the version we listened to was just under 8 hours, but the narrator was also
Very slow.
yeah, I listened to it at 2 times speed. And
Yeah,
it
I did as
still,
well, and I was amazed how it was like, oh, okay. I did,
yeah,
other authors, or excuse me, narrators, I have struggled to keep up with at double speed. But I'm like,
yeah,
uh, looking at the clock, you know, because I did a show earlier today that took
yeah,
an extra hour off my schedule. I'm like, okay, I started out at 1.5. I'm like, looking at the clock, okay, let's bump it up to 1.75. Okay, I can still keep, you know, keep up to double speed. Okay, I can do this. And
So
I actually ended up having a half hour of free time today.
what's the
So
next
like
book on your
Yolanda
guys' list?
Barbari.
we just pick one off the list. I'll send it to you.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I can't promise to do this every week, but
Well, you know, we have a pretty open door policy. If you read the book, you can show up. We've yet to have more than 6 people who read the book wanting in on the show.
I was about to
Um,
say I didn't read the book and I showed up.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you know,
I
you,
also pretense with that. It's like, hey, let me know when you're done talking about the book, then I'll show up.
yeah, you know, most of everybody here did not enjoy it. I did. I'm a sucker for a happy ending. I like uh, getting a peek, you know, back in time for fiction. The whole idea of doing this book club was specifically for that purpose, to try to get in the frame of mind that these people that came before us did do so. They went at these books with you know some desire and some reason to do so, when you know we're all spoiled with you know having read everything that's come since then as well, who you know all those people have read Lord Dunsany and Lieber and Moorcock and all these other people that uh, become less and less well known as the years go by, and in some cases people go back to the old things for ideas that won't be recognized as such. You know what I mean? I pull little details out of some of these stories that I use in either my own stories or my games, that I know people won't go, oh, you're stealing that from so and so. You know what I mean? Or you
yeah.
know, I recognize that from such and such, and it's helpful because you know if there are no new ideas, then I'm perfectly at ease borrowing from any source that you know uh, I enjoy.
Connell, I just sent you
Yeah, I saw that.
the. Yeah, it's a Google Doc. If you look before each name, there's a box, and before that, there's a little arrow. You
Mm-hmm.
click the arrow, it's a drop down menu.
Exactly, per.
Don't click the box that checks it off the list.
Oh.
I don't know how common radio and things like that were as entertainment, and if all you had were books back then, I mean, the further back you go, the less uh, really good, exciting, science fiction and fantasy there was, except for the pulps, of course. Which the more I think about it, the more I'm willing to bet that the pulps were some of the best fiction ever, as opposed to the way they were regarded as crap. I know there's
Uh,
going to be a healthy dose of crap in the pulps, but
no, no, they were hot garbage, bro.
I can't see all of them because a lot of the things we've read came from them.
Yes, but like a lot of the stuff we've read is hot garbage. Like that's been the consensus with a lot of the books we've read.
Mhm.
Is this could have been better? You can go through the list. I did not put a ranking system in there, but if we had, everything would be under a 2 so far, except for maybe like one book.
Was it written by
Uh,
a German
yeah,
author?
I'm a lot more forgiving, and I will always put Zelazny's worst piece of tripe.
That's I think the one book.
Well, thank you. Not that I had anything to do with it, but I have excellent
Yeah,
taste.
you got terrible taste. Don't
No,
lie.
I
Yeah, I
have.
was about to say you don't like the Dresden Files. I question your taste.
Yeah.
That's that to me. That's literally uh, up there in my top 10 least favorite things I've ever read. Easily,
Dresden Files?
yes.
How?
I
Is
just
it because there was emotional development with the character?
no. He just I hated the character.
There was a story. That's why.
No, I hated the main character. I hated him.
There's no happy
He was
ending.
he was nothing. I didn't admire the character. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
you know,
I expect a little more uh, worldliness out of my heroes and competency. Sure, he might be great at the magic stuff, but his life was like every other psychic and medium and whatnot. Their life is hot garbage, and it's not a fair trade off.
Yes, but in his case, it's not because they're like he's broken as a person, and he's like the story is him trying to
Hence,
fix himself.
everything I said is completely accurate.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good book. For
What's a good book? I didn't see
uh,
that.
Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
Oh,
Right. Wasn't that Jack Kerouac? Or am I thinking somebody else?
I don't know.
But yeah, it's
I'll look it up.
I'd rather uh, try to find something positive. Like even with Dresden, there were some decent characters, but they were the NPCs in the story, not the main character.
Yeah.
But
Michael and
every
Murphy, was that her name?
yeah,
Were far more interesting
So,
than
oh yeah,
Dresden.
you read a few of them.
I read like 6 of them, so it's not like I didn't try.
Yeah.
It's just the main character, uh, just so
but most of those detective novels and movies back in the day, the 19 Gumshoe, Perry
Yeah.
Mason detectives, had shitty fucking lives.
yes,
Yeah.
but they could change a tire and hit the broadside of a barn with a revolver that they always
Harry could
carried.
do that.
I got the impression that he didn't even know how to field strip it. Well, obviously,
Yeah, yeah, he
for
did.
that.
He knew all that stuff. He
He
was
knows the basics. He knows the basics of guns, but it's not his. Why use guns when you have magic theory?
yeah. Well,
Because they never
he would use a
fail.
gun. They fail all the time.
In comparison, they
Yeah.
especially a revolver, and the fact that he had to use a revolver because his semi-automatic handgun would jam
Yes,
up
but
every. That was
that
retarded.
was like if you
It,
pay attention to the books, like other wizards could use magic or use technology. He was literally jinxing himself
Right, which is one more
because
reason to not like it.
well, it's an internal conflict, man. Right?
I-
Like I know you have no internal voice or personhood. You're just an empty fucking shell.
right.
That's why Jane Austen scares you.
Doesn't scare me.
Uh,
It bores the shit out of me. Um,
oh,
I, I can't argue with Shadow. I have read most of her work. She was a great author for her time period. I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy her work. It bored
yes.
the living fuck out of me. But on the same token, so did Token. Jesus Christ. You know,
Okay.
if I had to read about a fucking tree singing in the woods about missing women, I just light the fucking book on fire and move on with my life.
Oh, Tolkien.
Token,
Yeah.
yeah.
Token? The
Yeah,
black
sorry.
kid from South Park?
I know.
Like, what
There's an L in that word.
Token. Either way, you know, and he's regarded as one of the top tier writers in the written word history, and you know, the history of written word. He still bores the ever loving fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a cynic in you that has nothing to do with his work.
That has nothing with being a cynic.
He's not a
No one
cynic.
cares.
He's a nihilist, and that's
I'm
why
not a nihilist.
he better do 30 fucking Hail Marys come
I
Sunday.
am not a nihilist. I will admit to being. I will admit to being.
You mean to tell me? Hold on, Connell, that you would never or didn't, I don't know, read and enjoy the shit out of reading The Hobbit to your child.
No, that was not the book I read to my child. It would have been the book I read to my child to put her to sleep. Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know what I did read to my child?
It's paper Nambia or not Nambia.
Oh shit! I read. Let's see. As much as I hate, as much as the Witch, Lion, and the Wardrobe, that particular book drives me at the fucking wall because of lazy fucking writing. I did read that series to my daughter. I did.
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe.
Yeah, there's one aspect of that book that drives me at the fucking wall. It drives her up the fucking wall too. So I know
The Christianity part?
the Christianity part doesn't bother me.
Yeah, like
It was fucking Saint Nick showing up after they leave the fucking Beaver family to give them their shit.
hey,
That
was
was-
Santa Claus here, everybody.
Hey,
I
look
literally
their way
do
to
that
give you
every
your
year,
shit.
Connell. Because of that, I do that every year on the internet. I give out complete strangers magic items.
Yeah. I asked you for something on my wish list, and I didn't get it. I got something very similar. Doesn't
Yeah,
count.
well, you're lucky you didn't get coal. To
I
me-
am a very good boy. I
The
don't deserve
Christianity
coal.
aspect of it. Technically, Santa depends on how you look at Santa Claus. That's technically pagan worshiping.
Technically, no. No.
You're asking somebody who's not God to bring you gifts.
whose job it is to bring gifts to good little boys and girls.
And literally the fact that besides the tree thing, which was adopted, the rest of it is actually a Christian holiday. The it's a pagan holiday was adopted to help break down Christian beliefs. Like it's literally an
I am
urban
not
legend.
going down this particular road with you gentlemen tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Anyway,
you are.
There's a lot of stuff
We'll bring the show over to your house live.
in our modern day that's literally there to be this divisive.
Let's see, what else did I read my child? I read her The Velveteen Rabbit. I read her Peter Pan. I read her Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I did all kinds of different voices with it. I read to my child.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that you didn't read The Hobbit, because The Hobbit literally was meant to be. It was written so that it would be read out loud to children, as opposed to the Lord of the Rings, which was written for grown-ups.
I do believe you read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy though, because that's also a nihilistic story.
Jesus.
I hated all those books. I read all the way to
They're fun.
Restaurant at the end of the Universe, and I hated them.
I read
Yeah, I
the
don't
Harry
get it.
Potter. I read the Harry Potter series to my kid.
I would never. I wouldn't even have been allowed the Harry Potter books in my house.
Why?
Why?
I'm just.
Petty?
Oh hell yeah, but that wasn't the reason.
You should read the first one.
I hated the entire notion of uh, the stereotypical character that was Harry Potter. Literally every wizard from Merlin as a kid from Disney to the Presto from Dungeons and Dragons to Harry Potter. It's that whole stereotypical nerdy, got to wear glasses, can't do anything right except magic.
You realize there's a reason he wears glasses, right?
No, how
It's
would
not just, he's got to wear glasses. He wears glasses because when he was hit with the killing curse, it actually fucked up his body.
How would I know that?
Because you didn't read the book.
That's
Read
what I'm
the
saying. I
fucking
didn't read the book.
Read the book. Read the book.
Never gonna happen.
You know how much fucking crap I've read because you put this damn show up?
You know how many crappy movies I had to watch?
Read the goddamn book.
Jackie. And that was 2 crappy movies at times.
No, there's more than just 2.
Yeah.
Presto hate, really?
There was the 10 Commandments. There was, I kind of like.
What's wrong with the 10 Commandments?
It's boring.
Boring as fucking sin.
And it's of those people, and they want to exterminate
Shut up,
the rest
Justin.
of us.
That movie was glorious.
I do not have really quick, just for those on the internet that are watching this. I do not have the same problem with those people that this ass clown does.
Shut up, ass clown.
I
only did that to fuck with you.
The 10 Commandments and Ben-Hur.
It had Charlton
They don't
Heston
make
in
movies like that anymore, and they really should.
It had Charlton Heston in it, and I'm not a fan.
Oh, he's my favorite actor of all time. So
he's only done 2 movies I've liked.
Yeah, one of them involved zombies, and the other one involved dump trucks.
But one of them did involve zombies. The Omega Man.
It was a good movie.
And I liked
it as it was. I really enjoyed it.
Omega Man.
Yeah,
that's the first one.
And
Soylent Green is the second one for me.
No.
Planet of the Apes.
No. Planet of the Apes.
That was a good movie.
Planet of the Apes is okay. They could have cast it better.
For a second, I had to mix up with Paul Newman with Cool Hand Luke. No, that's not him. Then your son had me fucking watch Star Wars, the series about daddy issues.
You have to understand 2 things. One, he knew how much you hated it, so there's that, and for that he gets a pat on the back.
No, because that's petty and bullshit. Read fucking Harry Potter, you loser.
Never gonna happen.
You better read Twilight as well.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Twilight, you know how they've always said the books will always be better than the fucking movies. That is bullshit when it came to fucking Twilight. Twilight actually was better than the fucking books.
I preferred the books.
You watch Gilmore Girls by yourself.
You watch Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, with my daughter. I don't watch it with a tube stop and a wishful thinking. I'm in a mood. I'm sorry. I'm just in a.
Stop being apologetic, you self-hating weirdo.
Not self-hating.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll just hate you for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing's. Wow, this feels like high school all over again.
Yeah, that's probably part of it too. With Harry Potter and Presto. I even though my my friends, we all played D&D. We were not those kind of kids. You know what I mean?
All
We
kids were
we,
those
we,
kind of
we
nerds
weren't
back
the kids that got bullied for playing D&D. We were probably the kids that were bullying the kids that everybody thought played D&D.
I moved back to the States when I was fucking 15 years old with a proper Irish accent. So every guy I thought was hitting on his girlfriend, which I'm not saying that they're wrong, but that's besides the point.
I'm guessing they were more than right.
Well, not with all of them. There was a few women who's like, no. High school, I mean, no one knew back in high school I did boxing because that would have been a fucking fight every other fucking day.
Exactly. Charlton Heston was one of the most manly men of all time.
Steve
And he
McQueen.
wasn't like that stereotypical pretty boy. He looked like hot garbage. You know what I mean? It looked like somebody hit him in the face with the ugly stick, and he's still freaking, showing everybody up.
It's very hard for me to go through Sean Connery's list of movies and go, I didn't like this one.
Right. Well,
and usually on that list are like the James Bond movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't dislike James Bond. I just think they're the worst things Sean Connery's done.
I can see that. He's my least favorite Bond, to be honest. No,
he's
Roger
not.
Moore is my least favorite. Roger Moore is my least favorite Bond.
I was about ready to say. I was about ready
In
to
Her
give
Majesty's Honor, fucking terrible film.
Moonraker
was okay.
Octopussy. He was the worst, the stiffest, the most. For me,
Octopussy.
I don't know if we should have.
That was an actual Mission Impossible. I mean, that was an actual James Bond.
Yeah. You should.
I always thought that was the name of porn.
No. They usually had some sort of sexual innuendo in the books, in the titles. Or they were like,
The Spy Who Loved Me, things like that.
Yeah, but that was pretty blatantly obvious.
Yeah. See, that's my favorite Highlander.
Even Gold obvious.
It was also the 70s when that fucking book.
Yeah. Sean Connery was having read the books before I saw the movies. I'm like, that's not James Bond, But if they were going to go the route that they did, I think Pierce pulled it off the best.
Pierce Brosnan was a good Bond. I'm not going to argue that he didn't.
I'd like them to Bond. I would like them to remake Bond.
Well, give about 5 years and they will.
Yeah, it'll be a black one again.
Yeah, but
what?
Well, the last one wasn't actually a black one. It was his sidekick for the episode.
Bond was a title. I mean, I'm not going to have this argument. If the actor
they did that for the movies because they had to change the actor. It wasn't that in the books.
Right. If Bond is, or 007 is just a number, or Bond is just a fucking spy name.
Code
name. Then as long as the actor can fucking act, I don't care if he's white, black, whatever. As long as it's a good story.
I do, because it's not done because they think the actor's good looking. They do it out of fucking racial hatred.
Have you not watched British fucking television?
Yes.
I mean, there's fucking. I saw one where King Henry the whatever was a black gentleman. I don't think that's historically accurate, but it's British fucking television. They're just that.
No, they started the trend of doing that shit out of fucking hatred of their own people. Like, the BBC is not run by Brits; it's run by fucking foreigners.
Yeah,
we can go into that.
I literally.
We can go into who fucking Rainbow Sparkle was, or whatever that guy's name was.
It's like the current Doctor Who is a black gentleman.
Yeah,
it doesn't fucking bother me.
Well, it should.
Okay. If you're gonna go there, then you honestly buy the fact that he's been gay the entire time, and David Tennant was the first one to realize that, oh my gosh, I'm gay. That's utter bullshit and hatred.
It's a fucking alien. It's a fictional creature.
I knew it.
Thank you, Jackie.
God.
Also,
when David Tennant did that,
Also, shut up, Shadow. You still haven't reached the side.
anybody who watched the David Tennant and Billy Piper
You
era
just want
of
everything to have a love story and for it to work out in the end.
They
because
actually
that's
talk
what
about
human.
before they claim that Doctor Who is gay. He's supposed to have had a child with a woman who died at some point. He was actually supposed to have had a child with a woman.
Well, he has a granddaughter. Jesus, am I the only one that's actually watched the entire fucking series?
Yes.
No, because I gave up when they ruined it with the first ending
It's
of the David Tennant series when they
That's
did
he's
what they
not the
did.
first Doctor.
What?
He's
Shut
not
the
the first Doctor. The
No
show
shit.
goes back to 1969.
Yes, I've seen every episode up until
1966.
Whatever.
I've seen every single episode of Doctor Who up until
Wait, what year was Kennedy shot?
Oh,
I believe it was 66.
You're right, 66. Yeah, because it was supposed to start that week. Then Nixon got shot, so they moved it back a
It
week.
was the opening sequence played, and then it got preempted for Kennedy getting shot.
Yeah. And I've seen every episode of Doctor Who up until the last episode with David Tennant and Billy Piper when they get separated and she walks off with the freaking, a consolation prize of a clone of the Doctor with none of the real Doctor abilities. And I'm like,
Well,
I'm out.
the real Doctor died with the first Doctor.
Yeah. Well,
It's all variations of the same guy. Even David Tennant, it's every time he changes into a new person, he shares the same name, but it's not the same guy. Somebody else sauntering through it by.
Except for the
there's small
episode,
personality tweaks. but
except for the episode where David Tennant comes back and
1964.
is basically he and
Thanks,
the
Raven.
woman, I forget the woman's name. They're talking about Sir Isaac Newton, and
No, that's the Disney nonsense.
that's still David Tennant, Doctor Who, original what's her name character, and he's now admitting that he was gay. The entire freaking history, bullshit.
I have
That's
no
evil.
problem. That's not
evil.
That's
It is.
not evil.
Yes, it is because you're altering things for propaganda purposes. That's
Yes.
the only reason why they
Pick
did
up a
that.
fucking comic book. Even for, Captain America Captain America first issue has him fucking knocking out Hitler, which is a great picture, but that's propaganda as well.
Yes, and it was evil.
I thought it was kind of funny,
Oh,
but it's a completely different kind of propaganda as well.
It's a propaganda of the decade generation of its fucking time. That's the difference.
And now it's over.
Oh, because the great orange God King is now sitting in the chair.
he's
Well,
pro all this shit. Shadow.
Pardon?
The Emperor
Trump
protects.
is pro all this shit. He's pro Zenich or whatever.
Sorry, it's hard to hear you guys over my dog being.
Yeah.
interrupted.
You can hear us over the chirping, but you can't hear us over the dog.
He's pretty loud, folks. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's barking at. There might be someone at the door, and if
Fucking
that's the case,
Jackie's trying to teach him how to say Shadow's gay.
it wouldn't surprise me.
I
He's
was-
trying to make him. He's trying to make him salute. So there's that.
Wow. I Musk, watch out. There's going to be a saluting dog on Fox News next week. He's going to bump you out.
Fuck.
Fucking some of the books.
63, really? I thought it was 66. I don't know why I thought that, but
I thought-
Thanks, Raven.
No,
and if you want to class to join up, let me know. I'll send you the link.
Or you can run for the fucking hills would probably be the smartest thing to do.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks, Bert.
but I personally really like the Clara. Clara was my favorite new companion.
Clara Oswell. Amy fucking Pond.
Amy Pond.
I don't know.
Close second.
Billy Piper was fun.
Billy-
I like that weird smile she has.
The quirky ass smile she has. If you like her in that, you should see Diary of a Call Girl. You'll like her.
Yeah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I knew you were going there. I really liked the chemistry between the two, but I also liked Christopher Eccleston a lot. I liked.
The Angry Doctor.
Yeah, and
He was one of my favorites. He really was.
You should go. He started talking about why he left the show, and you should go
Wasn't
look
he afraid to
into
get typecast?
what.
Wasn't he afraid to be typecast?
No, he didn't like the messaging.
Mhm.
He wanted to come in and do a fucking show about a time traveling alien, and they wanted to do a show with gay messaging, and that's why he quit.
Mhm. He was also very good in the little bit that he was in Heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, Raven, give me just a second.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to love Doctor Who. The only Doctor Who I really didn't care for that much was Sylvester McCoy. He was just a little too
Flamboyant?
quirky, you know.
Flamboyant.
No, I wouldn't. I honestly thought John Pertwee was more flamboyant, if you know what I mean. And it turns
Yeah.
out not even the case. He really came across, you know what I mean, with the lisp and everything. But it
That
turns
he
out
had Doctor Who Kung Fu with
Martian Kung Fu, yeah.
yeah. God, no.
Take care, Pearl. We'll see you next week, I hope.
My
Party
favorite
on,
Doctor of all times will always be Tom Baker.
I don't know. I mean, I know he's really beloved, but I think it
He's the
looks,
most quotable one. How about that?
he was in the best. They had the best, some of the best writing.
Writers, yeah. What's the point
But
of being
he-
grown up if you can't be childish? Come on, that is the best line ever.
But he there was something about him that bothered me. Plus, there was that whole like year that he had that
The
cold
stupid curly
sore.
hair.
You know what I mean? That herpes on his face, and nobody said a thing. It was the 70s or the 60s or whatever, or was it the 80s? It was just weird for me, but
I like I grew up watching the original one because that was the one that they played on TV. So
BBC, yeah, that's the one I grew up on.
well, it wasn't the BBC here. It was
the link has been sent, Raven. You can join us anytime. Later,
CBB,
per.
Canadian Broadcasting.
But
no, it was on a channel called YTV.
YTV, okay.
Yeah, which was like a Canadian attempt for Fox. Fox Kids. Fox
Yeah.
Kids. Like it was like Fox Kids, but the whole day.
Oh, that would have been
Well,
fucking
what
awesome.
did you guys think of Peter
Yeah.
Davison and Colin Baker?
They were okay. I just didn't watch a lot of their stuff.
Because I've seen Peter Davison in something, I forget what, and Colin Baker was a great bad guy in Blake 7, and he was just,
That needs to be like properly remade.
Blake
Yeah,
7.
you're not the only person like
It couldn't be
the
done, though.
bobblehead doctor. Matt Smith was a great Doctor Who. I refer to him as a bobblehead doctor because he looks like a.
Wasn't he the Lyle Lovett doctor?
Kinda.
Matt Smith. He was the youngest guy to ever take the role on, and I think he was good. Like he played the role fairly well. But yeah,
I mean, the Doctor is always whoever plays a Doctor. I really don't care. I honestly don't think the Doctor should have asexuality. I think the Doctor should just be asexual personally, or swing both fucking ways. Well, whatever. It's a fucking alien.
I would like it to go back to like the pre New Generation where they had him hooking up with companions and shit. Like before the new generation of stuff, he was just
He wasn't
like
really
the wise
hooking up
old
with that.
guy that knew everything.
I was about to say he never really up until David Tennant. He never really hooked up with any of his companions. They were just there.
I find that completely unrealistic.
It's about an alien that does time traveling. The whole concept is unrealistic.
All life.
All the people around him would like have the melodramatic relationships and stuff,
Mhm.
but he was
Plus,
just
he was like you know how old he
the
is?
kindly old grandfather.
Yeah,
right?
Doesn't
he's
matter.
an old fucking man. It doesn't matter if he's walking around with a brand new meat
He's
suit.
got the ED.
And his-
See, here's the thing. Uh,
and his bitch,
yes and no. Okay, if he regenerates, then how well does he regenerate? If he's getting a brand new body, I'm thinking
Yeah,
that if I'm
but-
900 years old and I got a brand new body, you know, it's going to be one of the first things I run through its paces to make sure it works.
Jack, your dad's a pervert.
Yeah,
No, degenerate. Get it right.
Listen, okay.
both.
And,
Uh,
here's another concept. Just because he's humanoid doesn't mean his bits line up with their bits.
Yeah, you don't know. It could be 3 tentacles down there.
Like a Centauri.
Yeah, like a fucking Centauri. He could be like a Centauri. down there.
Their pants fit them like a glove.
Yeah.
The show was originally supposed to be a learning fucking show. It was supposed to teach kids about fucking history.
The magic school bus, but before its time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and it just went fucking sideways.
Yeah, originally they had a directive: no robots, and that's why the Dalek looked the way they do, because they could convince the executives that they weren't robots.
No
Well,
big
'cause they
eye
weren't, they were
monsters.
cyborgs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it-
And
no-
then once they watched that episode and realized, oh shit, those are fucking robots.
Well, they weren't. They were cyborgs, but yeah,
Well, that lore came later.
sure.
the other
originally
one was
there
like
was-
no. One of the other rules was no big-eyed monsters.
Yeah.
Well, I could have swore there was a big-eyed, green, slimy monster in the Tom Baker era.
I'm just saying
Later.
those were the original rules that the studio gave the show. Then it just went off the fucking rail somewhere.
Yeah.
Around the 80s.
No, like right away.
Right away.
The production
No, it went
crews
off
just
the rail. It went off the rails in the 80s.
The production crew started slipping in things to violate those rules right away. Like the Daleks as just like metal cans rolling around shooting things.
Well, wait a
It's
minute.
like
The
the
Cybermen were in the first series.
That's what we're saying. It went off the rail. The show went off the rail, like within.
No. The
season and a half.
Daleks is like the second episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when they introduced them, all you knew that they said fucking exterminate and shit like that. I don't even think they said that.
I'm pretty sure they did, actually.
There was like some building, like labyrinth building that they were chasing them through.
Mhm.
Then you
Thank God there were no stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. The show was
So
just,
something like that. I think that's what it was called.
The episode.
Yeah, I would
Quick,
be
head for the stairs.
I mean, with the original Doctor, I could think it was a second episode where they went back to the caveman era, and the Doctor kind of fell in love with a human, and towards the end of the episode, he was about ready to cave some caveman skull in with a fucking rock.
Yeah. That was an episode, but I don't think it was the second one.
It was second or third one. It was in the first like 5. It was somewhere in there.
Of the black and white series.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah. See.
the old man.
You know, I
wasn't
saw them
caveman.
all, but there's so many that just kind of
Yeah,
faded
mush.
from my memory.
It's a timey-wimey, wibbly wobbly stuff.
Yeah, I hate that. That's new series fucking language, man. When they started
Oh, I
introducing
can
that
see- I can
crap,
see
it was
Big-
annoying.
I can see Baker fucking saying it.
But
Yeah,
but no, instead it came in an era where the messaging and the trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator was at
well,
its
it's not about because like that's a misnomer. It's not about the lowest common denominator. It's about trying to indoctrinate the youth,
well,
right?
yeah.
It's
That's
like this is how you end up with people like this fucking down here. You watch too much fucking Captain Planet as a kid.
What's that?
Don't worry about it, Connell. We all know you watch Captain Planet.
No, I'm serious. What is that?
It was a cartoon from the 80s.
Was it made here in America?
Yeah.
Where was I?
Watching it. You were watching it. That's where you were.
Glued
You
to
were
the
watching
set
Captain.
after school every day.
I was raised in fucking Ireland. If it played in Ireland, there's a chance I might have seen it. Most likely not, because I was
Oh,
either
it was everywhere.
Yeah.
I was too.
That was
Here's
the point.
Right. No, and I get that. Here's the thing that a lot of y'all, I guess, some of you guys get.
You
but
don't remember Captain Planet, the one with the 5 kids that had the rings?
I was outside playing in this thing called the outside world. I was touching grass.
They all worshipped fucking Whoopi Goldberg.
Dude, I missed it. I was playing rugby. I was doing sports outside.
Yeah.
I wasn't an indoor kid, I guess,
when
like you were.
when our powers combined, Captain Planet, and then the blue guy shows up with green hair, and he does the Care Bear stare.
The original Dr. Manhattan,
Yeah.
except with kids.
Well, they were teenagers. They were all like 15, 16. Or
They're still kids.
Yeah.
You guys are kids. Who were kids?
Well, you know, the tadpole that walked out of the primordial ooze was kids to you.
I'm just saying, I was outside,
and then you pulled out your camcorder and made them do gay shit.
I was waiting for that.
The tadpoles, yeah, because there's such a huge market for that.
I mean,
well, you know, for you there is.
No, there is no market.
Oh, I don't know.
Raven, where the hell are you? I gave you the link.
Crafty, would that be something you'd watch with tadpoles?
No.
It took you long enough.
He thought about it. He was being honest.
If the answer is
I just picture you like in like the exact same outfit, but it's made out of different materials because you had to like skin the animals yourself. And you just pull out a fucking camcorder, and it's like the most state of the art camcorder of like the last 10 years. And you're like, okay, gloop and glop, yeah, it's your turn. You do what you do to Gloopy over there, but do the glop instead.
There's this movie on Apple. There's this movie on Apple TV I kind of want to watch called Tetris. It's about them getting the rights from Russia.
You mean stealing the rights from Russia from that poor guy? And then he had to spend the rest of his life making fridges in some fucking plant somewhere.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It was a YouTube documentary. You can watch it there.
I don't know.
You don't have to track it down on Apple. That's what I'm saying. It's available.
Yeah.
Look up Tetris. You'll find it.
Gotcha.
And then sort by length. Go into filters. It's just under the bar at the top there. It's kind of grayed out. Click on it, and then length, and then 20 minutes or longer. I think it's the maximum one, and then like the documentaries will show up.
Yeah. I don't know. So, what's the next book you guys thinking about torturing yourselves with?
We haven't looked at the list
Thank
yet.
you for reminding me. I don't know.
I will open the list back up.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm gonna take a quick bio break. If Raven shows up, Raven, you just have to wait.
He has to take a bio break after he pissed all over the Jim Butcher's Dresden Files.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll read the next book, but my heart's not in it anymore.
Oh, because of Murphy?
Murphy, yeah.
And
it's too soon to do a resurrection story because
honestly,
we're still in a resurrection story.
He has to take a bio break after he pissed all over the Jim Butcher's Dresden Files.
Raven, mute YouTube.
I'm coming. Yes. There. Okay. I can't even.
I think Draven is at his best when his life is fucking miserable.
Trust him.
Yeah.
There's a point though, right? There you can put too much weight on that scale.
Berserk is an excellent example. If the show is nothing but tragedy for the character, I have absolutely no
Well, it's
interest
not.
in
I
it.
mean, he has his
And
moments.
that's what it sounds like Dresden is.
I don't know.
Yes, which is immediately followed by tragedy.
Yeah. Have you read any of the Dresden books?
No, I've just had to listen. I've heard enough from
Yeah,
you.
no. It's
It's
worth
always
it.
he gets an uplifting moment, which is immediately crushed by tragedy. It's like,
No,
okay, no,
it's
thank you.
it's worth the read.
It's worth reading. Don't listen. I mean,
Yeah. Or listening to.
yeah.
Uh,
The guy who played Spike off Buffy is a narrator for all but like one of them.
for the audiobooks.
Uh,
Do. What's
Fucking tired. It's been a fucking day. So, Raven, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I got off work a little bit ago. I hate working restaurants.
Oh,
What
you got a restaurant job.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But until I can get a different gig, it pays the fucking bills.
Told you, take a panini press down to the cigar shop.
There we go. Now I can see you
A
guys.
loaf of bread, some butter, some fucking ham,
Sure.
onion. Like, you can probably make up most of that stuff in advance and just put it in Tupperware containers, throw it in a backpack.
So what
Wanna-
restaurant are you working at?
You want a grilled cheese?
Oh, I'm working at a private, not private. I'm working at, it's not a chain. It's like its own little fucking
Yeah, what's it
restaurant.
called? Where's it?
It's in Peoria, and I'm not going to say just because I don't want to dox myself at work.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah, because
Fair
like the one person watching this right now.
No, they could call the play. You know, no, I get what you're saying, but like, I've heard horror stories of people saying, "Well, I work at this place." Next thing you know, they're getting fired because some jackass, like Condor, the fuck you off DM, calls their place of appointment and says this, and that.
Yeah. Well, if you weren't such a nihilist,
I am not a nihilist. I'm a bet.
you know,
I enjoy things. I enjoy my cigar. I enjoy spending time with my daughter. I enjoy hanging out with you fucking idiots half the time.
yeah.
Yeah. So how does that make him a
Whatever-
nihilist?
Have you ever listened to Connell speak for more than 20 minutes?
Yes, I have many times.
He says many nihilistic things with nihilistic tones in his voice. That's why he has to do 30 Hail Marys on Sunday.
It doesn't work that way.
oh,
It most certainly does.
Now's the perfect time to mention. I have some chores I need to get done tomorrow, so I might not make the show if I show up in time, even if it's late.
That's
I'll
okay.
pop up.
What kind of chores do you have to do there, Bubba?
I get paid tomorrow, so I got to go to town.
Ah,
Yeah.
$20 is $20, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And for the
I
record,
told
guys,
Shadow $20 isn't enough for me to be in his films. If you're taking
for the
that deal,
record,
I feel
Condor is not, nor has he ever been a DM. There's no way you could convince me that anybody would ever sit in the same room with him for even 5 minutes, let alone for an entire role-playing game.
Well, I don't know. You know, if he clubs 5 seals and drags them around the table.
Oh my god.
He could be a DM. He just runs
No.
those self-play. He just runs those self-play games
Yeah.
where it's him and a mirror and some dice.
No, because even the
Wow.
mirror would leave.
Do you find me sexy? I find me sexy.
It's not dice, it's lube.
Dude, even his hand says no.
No, it puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the never.
It puts the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose again.
He's never seen a hose.
That's
Oh,
the
I'm
problem
sure
with
he's
that saying.
He should watch some Shadwell's production, and he'll see lob hoses.
Yeah, we know Shadow opens every film up with a golden shower.
God, that's so foul.
That's why it's said. With mirth, not nihilism. See how that works, Connell?
I'm Justin. How old are you?
I will be 40 in July.
I'm sorry that I am the last bastion of the greatness that was the Generation X. I believed in Dunkin' Donuts. I remember when Dunkin' Donuts only served two things: coffee and donuts.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
remember those days.
Yeah, so you could dunk your donut.
You had to go to your local 7-Eleven to get a slushie.
Yeah,
I remember the 80s. The 80s were a great time.
I prefer a hot chocolate over a coffee. Just me.
Well,
And I like my donuts filled with Boston.
you like your donuts full of cream, huh?
Yeah, specifically Boston.
Do
cream.
you picture yourself
So,
as the donut?
so Justin
When
is
you're-
there after every Shadow production. Got it.
No.
He is the glazed donut.
There's nothing worse in this world than a plain donut. The plain donut is fucking sin incarnate.
yeah, true. I would agree with that.
It tastes
Now-
like
Yeah,
dough.
it's at least got to be
Do
glazed.
you like yeast or cake donuts?
Depends on how much
Either.
Shadow pays them.
But I do
Old
not do anything.
Old fashioned tops them all.
What's the old fashioned? The plain donut that tastes like cardboard.
No, they're the ones that are they're fried, but they're like sliced at four like almost making it four corners instead of perfectly round.
Huh? What are you talking about?
An old fashioned donut.
He smoked. He's been in California too long. He's been taking part in the.
You never seen the donuts that have like a slice at four places along the outside edge,
Nope.
and they're kind of
No.
crunchy, but they're still deep fried.
Nope.
No.
That must be a California thing.
I've seen donuts that look like truck tires.
Closest
I
thing
like-
to that around here is a donut that I think it's cut to open up like a flower where it splits open on the top, but
No,
That's an
I
Asian
think there's
thing.
a place in LA called Zombies Donut that hits my radar every so often when I'm just people are talking about donuts. Hey, you have to go out to this place in LA. They're called Zombie Donuts.
Mhm.
Okay. What makes it great? Well, they have maple donuts with bacon on top of it. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
we
wow.
got those. We got those at Tim Hortons for fuck's sakes.
You had me at bacon.
Yeah. We got this thing called a bear crawler. You know what a bear
Bear
crawler
claw?
is? Bear claw.
Bear claw. Yeah.
Bear claw. Yeah.
Well, is an apple
it's-
fritter a donut?
No.
Not really. No.
it's a pastry.
Yeah, but it's sold with the donuts, so I'm okay with it.
That's like asking, is a taco a sandwich?
Okay,
No.
hold on. I'm going to bring up a picture. Imagine this. Imagine this, but glazed or covered in chocolate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what that is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It looks like a donut's been on the bottom of the bag too fucking long after Justin sat on it.
Yeah, or deformed bagel.
I would
Yeah, they're not.
never-
That's not the best picture, but it's the only one I could find.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the
Yeah.
ones you're talking about where they're glazed.
Yeah.
And I prefer them when they're chocolate with chocolate icing.
So they take those and they flatten them out to about like this big around, and they call them elephant ears, and they sell them at the carnivals. And where I'm from have circus, an amateur circus, because they used to have a professional circus. Barnum and Bailey used to winter their animals there in Peru.
Wait,
And so the carnies come out in the third week of July, and everybody does circus stuff. And they have these, they have brought back all the little confections and so forth that they used to sell back in the day. And they have lemon shake-ups, which are great with vodka.
oh my
And
god!
they have these
Wake
things
up.
called
Of course,
elephant ears.
Great with vodka.
They put
Definitely great
cinnamon
vodka.
sugar all over those. Same kind of donuts as what you just showed there, Shadow. But they have literally a paintbrush that they dip in butter. They slather that all over the top, and then they put cinnamon sugar on it and sell them.
Yeah.
They're really
Yeah.
good.
Did
They're
you guys?
I think it sounds like that's a new
did you
idea,
guys have-
Raven.
No. She literally said it was an old one.
Oh,
Raven, now you get what in your statement would lead us to call you a lush, right?
Oh, the lemon shake episode. They are. They're better with vodka. They're excellent
Yeah,
vodka on a
yeah,
hot, muggy
yeah.
humid day in
But
Indiana. Yeah,
but can you
definitely.
show us your drink right now?
Yeah, it's over there. Can I go get it? I was kind of bummed I didn't get to go get it. Yeah, I can look back.
All right.
Raven, you can wipe away from the camera for a few seconds to get something.
Here, there. Oh, here. There, now you can see it. Okay, you happy?
Yeah. Is there a maraschino
Okay.
sherry in there?
3.
More. Fuck tote.
Just remember, Raven, don't eat the worm.
All
No,
right.
that's not tequila. This is bourbon. Don't have to worry about the worm.
I know.
Yeah. Remember, Raven, don't eat the cask.
Sorry.
Don't ever feed the worm to a dog. Oh my God, this poor animal. I was at a party and they fed the worm to the German Shepherd, and that poor thing. Oh, it was freaking out. It was just freaking out, and then
So I was just.
They don't sell them here anymore, but we used to have a liquor store that actually sold tequila with the worm.
Yeah.
You can find that around here.
Yeah.
I was looking at. You get. Oh, okay. I was just looking at the list of authors,
Yeah.
and if we do Edgar, when you guys get to Edgar Rice,
Burroughs.
yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
burrito.
Well, we're just randomly picking names.
All right, if you
so-
guys do that one, I imagine you guys are going to do Tarzan.
No, we're probably
Oh.
going to read book 2 of the John Carter series.
Didn't we do
We
book two?
We already did book 2. We didn't do book 3.
Oh, that's right. We did do book 2. Because it left at such a weird point. It was like, God, I got to read the rest. Even though I've
Yeah.
read it like several times.
But it's Tarzan.
And I'm thinking, since we do 2 a month, one of my choices for April birthday month is going to be book 2 of Amber, obviously.
Yeah.
Although I may flip that around because I'd like to do, I think it's May or June. That's Roger's birthday month. And I always do something special during that month. So I may just flip it and save that for May. We'll do book 2 of Amber in May and something.
I still
either-
gotta get past the first one. Nine
First one,
Princes
what?
of Amber. The Nine Princes of in Amber. I still need to finish that book.
That was a good
Oh,
book.
it's freaking
I enjoyed
phenomenal.
Yeah. You have to
It's-
find it.
It's goes without saying. My favorite author, favorite writer, one of my favorite friends. But I was thinking maybe for this coming month, we're actually getting to a point where I think we've made it past the halfway point. Have we not? No.
This month is over, and
In the month? Yes. I thought you meant the
Yeah,
list.
tomorrow's the 30th.
No, I meant
Yeah.
the
I mean,
list.
31st.
The list we
We
I don't
haven't.
think we've hit half the authors yet.
we haven't
Really?
hit 10% of the authors. Okay.
Oh,
it's like a
okay,
month
hold on.
ago, we're not
1,
fucking
2.
end.
Did we do something from Lay Bracket? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the last
No.
story.
What we did?
Okay, 3,
Oh, okay.
They
yeah,
do
that's
something
been-
from a game
4,
bracket.
5,
Late.
6, 7, 8, 9. Did we do 10,
Well, you can unfold the things. Or do you?
11? I'm just looking at the list in the book. 11,
Have you done
12,
what's his name?
13. And if we count Tolkien as not doing it, that's 14 we've done. I think there's 28 authors.
That's a
there's
hell of a
28.
fucking list. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's
All
not
right.
that big a list.
Oh, it's big because you're looking at it from the book where I
Yeah.
have it in the thing with all the things actually listed out, right? So
Well, I'm just looking at the authors, not the their works.
yeah.
Oh, because
And I
they're
think
trying to
it's
knock
28.
out.
Excuse me.
I think we've knocked out 14 of the 28 authors.
Okay, you're not doing every fucking book.
No. You guys aren't going to live that long.
Well,
You don't know that.
5, 6.
I don't know
I'm
if I
trying
want-
to exaggerate how many books are on the list.
Shadow's going to live that long, and yes, Raven, your secret's out. We know that you're a lich, and we know that your cats are your leflactories. That's why you have so many of them. And it doesn't matter how many die, because they'll just keep breeding, and you'll have them for eternity.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
geez,
When
you
you
just got me
guys,
all figured out there, don't you? Crafting.
I don't know. I'd do a Conan book, maybe.
Yeah, we've done. I go down the list quick. We've done Paul Anderson.
I would say that one doesn't count, because that was not done by Conan, and according to everybody,
Oh, you're
was
right.
not
We
a good-
haven't done
good
an
one.
actual. Wait, didn't we do? Oh God, no.
It was Crawl, but
Kothar. Kothar might as well have been Conan, just with
Yeah.
blonde hair and a few tweaks on the original story, but otherwise it reads like the original story.
Jesus.
what about just doing the first Conan story?
Really, that's soon after.
I don't really care.
Because I was actually thinking, since we've got Raven here, Andre Norton is famous for a series called Witch World.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, she wrote several books in the. I think it's a girl, a woman.
Yes, Andre Norton is a girl.
No, wait, Hope is a girl.
If Raven's going to be here, actually be here and read the book, because she's only done two of these or one of these with us. I think that was Amber. We could do that.
Witch World, yeah, there's like 2, 4, 6, 10 of these in the list. But yeah, the first one, which would be Witch World.
And I'm pretty certain I've got it in here, and they're very small books.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna look it up here on Amazon. Oh,
I usually try to find to see if it's available for audio on YouTube.
Yeah, that way our viewer can play along.
So when will Chaswell production appear on the hub?
There's no such thing, so never.
Chadwell,
Never has been, never will be.
Chadwell.
it's called what again? Witch World?
Witch
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, the first book is also Witch World, so it's like.
Have you ever read was it Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett's Good Omens?
No, I can't stand Neil Gaiman.
Oh, that's too bad because his Sandman.
It's pronounced rapist.
Yeah, thank you. I read the original and owned the original like first year or two of Sandman, and
Yeah.
I don't own it because I bought it and X was into it, and it got stuck with me somehow, and I hated it. It was like, here, read this. I'm like, this is freaking, this is awful.
No, well, I liked it. I enjoyed his literature up until here recently. And there's a guy in it, Shadwell the Witch Hunter, and every so often when I'm re-listening to the book, I think of you, Shadow.
Yeah, he probably owes me money.
Well, as far as most people are concerned, most people think somebody owes them money.
Well, I know I owe literally nobody any money. So take me off your list if I'm on that list.
Even the milkman?
There hasn't been a milkman in California in 40 years.
So that's what's wrong with California. No milkman.
Yep.
The Witch World Saga 1 through 3, the original 3 books are available on Kindle.
Yeah. They're probably like, what, $12? It'd be
on
under
Kindle,
Yeah.
$5.99.
$5.99.
Hold on a second, see if I've got them right here. because they're tiny. I mean,
yeah, but it doesn't help us if you've got them, bro.
no, I want to find.
Unless you want to start a channel called Reading Time with Shadow. All
No,
right,
yeah.
children, all sit around.
Lawrence.
First, people are afraid that transgender kids will be reading them books. Next, they'll be scared of Shadow's reading them books.
Yeah, I can find Spell of Which World and The Warding of Which World. It says one. I'm just gonna do a quick look up to see if Warding was the first book.
Hey, crafty gamer.
Yeah.
You should make a class in your game that you're writing, called the Dexters.
Dexter's.
They go around and their sole mission in your campaign as a pirate is to hunt down other pirates and turn them into seafood. Are you getting at all any of the reference?
The TV show Dexter.
Dexter, yeah.
Yes, actually. I did not like that show.
I didn't mind it. That was an interesting premise.
I
As Shadow would say,
found the show to be boring.
it's evil. You shouldn't watch stuff like that because it's evil.
Yeah, I can't find it. I thought I've got the final one in the series.
Go check
was
your
at the time.
Go check your bathroom. It might be in required reading while you're in there.
No, it's not. King Arthur and a couple other books are in there.
So do you not like King Arthur, or is it just being?
I'm not a big fan of the Arthurian stuff, but I was trying to push through it, and pardon the pun, and
Yeah,
it's just not my cup of tea.
I mean,
You ought to read the 21 Lessons of Merlin. That would be probably more up your alley.
No, it wouldn't.
I can find Beastmaster. Do you want to do Beastmaster instead?
Beastmaster, like from the movie?
Yeah, the movie was based on it.
Wasn't that A Stranger in a Strange New Place?
No, it was Beastmaster by Andrea Norton.
The audio?
Yeah, I can find it.
I don't have a problem with that. We all know the movie, so it would be interesting to see how different it is.
Raven, did you like Beastmaster?
Mm-hmm.
Would
Of
you
course
read?
she did.
Would
She's a
you?
girl.
Would you listen to Beastmaster on audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am so not touching that.
It's broken up into two parts, I think. It's a longer book.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing a show.
I'm just checking to see.
I'm half tempted to start doing a show where we're talking about Dresden Files, and the name of the show is Not Meant for Shadow.
Uh-huh.
Just let me.
Or that'd be like the Shadow Look Away. The next one be Shadow Go Watch Gilmore Girls.
It's never going to happen.
It's because there are too many women in that show. That's why he doesn't want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It might make him have heterosexual.
That makes perfect sense. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on.
It might make you feel heterosexual, and that's why you won't do it.
Yeah, I never feel otherwise. So.
Who are you trying to convince, Shadwell?
I don't have to convince anybody.
Mainly himself.
God, that's so weak. Did you post the link?
I'm waiting to see. It's a full length novel. the video is broken up into 2 parts.
So how many hours are we looking at?
The first one is 8.5, and the second one is 6.5.
It's not bad.
Jeez,
That's
so
a
we've had
normal
this over
size
2
novel.
halves, like 4 weeks
Yeah.
basically.
No, you can do this, man. Just start it a day before.
I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
most
What
of us
I-
don't. Most of us wait until the last minute. Is his point?
yeah. What I recommend you do is just block off 2 hours a day until what's it?
until you're done with the book.
Yeah, until you're done with the book. The 13th is when we meet next. So if you do like 2 hours a day until then, you'll get the whole book done.
Yeah.
Beast Master.
Yeah, and that's without putting it on double speed.
I think I'd rather watch Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna open this.
I've been meaning to watch that as well, Connell.
Twin Peaks. It's with David Lynch passing away. I've been kind of. There's no fucking way in God's green earth I'm ever going to watch his fucking Dunes movie again. Jesus.
You didn't like Dune?
No.
Really, it was great.
No, it really wasn't. Honestly, I think that's like one of the few movies that there should never be a book. There should never be a TV series or a movie. It should just be a book.
Okay.
And you wonder why I question your taste, Connell.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
send
the
you
movie
this?
was
So
good.
if you want to watch an angry sand vagina in a David Lynch version, go for it.
Well, that's actually how it's described in the.
More sense than any worm they made after.
Oh my god!
I mean, the one for the adapted from sci-fi was basically a penis.
I'm not talking about the worm. I'm talking about the traveler.
Oh well, that
the spaceship.
it's supposed to look like that. I mean,
The
it's supposed
Navigators?
to look like one of the
Navigators,
ugliest things
yeah.
you can imagine.
It looked like a very angry freaking vagina, and
I don't know where you've been spending your nights, but damn,
wow.
Don't forget, he has an ex.
it was pretty powerful. Well, maybe he got wise.
Why do you think I'm single? See, I'll fuck crazy. I just refuse to fuck stupid. I could 5 seasons of Taxi. I could watch Taxi.
Oh, I couldn't.
Never heard
You're
of it.
right. You're more of a Happy Days fan, aren't you?
No, if I was gonna watch a sitcom,
Hawaii Five-0.
no,
Love
I'd
Boat?
probably, maybe
Oh, I know.
Roseanne or Grounded for Life, Malcolm in the Middle.
Wow. Okay. So not Mission Impossible, not the Andy Griffith
Those
Show.
aren't situational comedies.
MacGyver.
I didn't like the show.
Because the
Again,
science
it's not a sitcom.
No,
You're not
but
mentioning sitcoms.
hold on. But the science that he tries to do in those shows is the comedy.
Yeah, but it's not a sitcom. A sitcom is more like I said, Roseanne or something like that, where there's
Fair enough.
Home Improvement. I remember listening to Tim Allen on the radio way before, like 5-6 years at least before that show. There was this radio spot called 5 O'clock Funnies, and like right at 5 o'clock they'd play like a 5-minute comedy skit, from somebody's record or whatever, on your drive home from work. But if it was a regular like drama or something like that, I might go with Remington Steele or Simon and Simon or Miami Vice.
That one, Simon Simon's almost too much on the nose for you.
Well, yeah, because I worked with the original guys and stuff, but it's been so many years since I've seen it. I'm sure I would look at it differently now.
I think that you and Jack should sit down and watch the very first rendition of Scooby Doo. Where are you?
Well, it's
It's
just
funny you
Scooby-Doo.
mention that. I just watched a couple of videos on cartoons from the 60s and 70s, and there were shows I had never heard of, like Space Cadets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
I'd never
Okay.
seen that, never heard of it.
Side note: I just replaced the link I sent you guys for that book. I found a better one that has them together. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would be curious to see how different it is from the movie. Because
Yeah,
I
they
literally
changed a bunch of shit, but there was a whole lawsuit because they ripped off like the main character and the name of the story, obviously, and they didn't pay her or anything like that. They just made it.
right.
It's a shame that Highlander wasn't fucking based off a book. I'd read the shit out of that.
Yeah, same here. Fucking Highlander.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
Highlander? You want what?
I didn't like it.
If there are space shields, he doesn't like it.
I just it's easier for me to suspend my disbelief when the world isn't Earth.
Then
Does that
watch.
make any
All right, read the second. Well, if they did it right, and I can't believe I'm gonna fucking say this, the first book wouldn't take place on Earth, according to the second book, second movie. And the first one would be in whatever fucking planet that they're from until they get, yeah, whatever, until they get sent to Earth where they become immortal.
Yeah, I know. The second one is stupid. It should
I
never
know.
had the
I'm
name.
just, I'm
Like,
trying to.
It as a movie is a good movie. It as a Highlander movie is a bad movie.
It was an interesting concept.
Yeah.
If you were going to go, if you were going to have like, I'm going to have immortals are going to be aliens from a different planet that we're going to ship off to another planet and make them play this Hunger Games.
Uh-huh.
I would have start with the second one, then going over to the first one. Once again, it's not that it's bad writing; it was just bad planning.
Well, it's different
well,
people
bad
coming
writing.
in and putting their own spin on something they
That's what I was going
to
to say. It sounds literally like the first guy had a great idea, wrote this great screenplay or what have you, and then they didn't want to keep working with that guy. They got completely different people, and to make sure they couldn't possibly get sued, wrote Highlander 2.
I mean, it kind of feels like
not how that works,
Highlander to me always felt like a comic, like a '90s fucking comic book.
Yeah.
On the same token,
Like
as
Tank Girl.
Yeah, Tank Girl. What was it?
Monarch Star Slayer, or
The Crow, or it just felt it felt like it came out of a graphic
totally different
novel. What?
Totally different than the original, like the tone of the movie.
It's like if the guy who wrote the original Crow said, "Hey, I'm going to make a novel from this one," I'd fucking read it. But I read the original comic books, and the wonderful thing about the Crow is just because, oh man, I was so hoping the new one was going to be good. God, was I hoping the new one was going to be good? It's still not the worst one in the series, but it's not good. The worst one in the series has the kid from Terminator 2 in it, and the guy who played Angel off Buffy. That one fucking blows chunks.
Hey, what's up, nerdy?
Yeah. So yeah, 11 and a half hours or whatever.
No,
it's not bad. No, for the book. The book for 2 weeks from now. Yeah, it's not bad.
I have to have it read by the 13th.
Yeah, or listen to.
Okay. No promises, but I'll try. It just working restaurants just fucking blows.
I used to put the one bud in The one butt in and just listen to audiobooks all day.
You can't do that in the kitchen.
I did.
You really shouldn't.
You gotta have the other one open so you can hear the guy yell behind.
No, I want to accidentally stick somebody with a knife.
What kind of restaurant is it?
High end.
Well, high end what?
Yeah,
High-
seafood,
Oh,
Italian.
high end Italian.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
every other fucking chef there or cook thinks I'm after their fucking job. I'm like, no, I'm just here to pay my fucking bills. I don't want your job.
Yeah.
Here's
High ego.
what?
There's a lot of ego when it comes to chefs.
It's fucking cutthroat, and I've never had an interest of owning my own fucking restaurant or
I
being
told you, man. Take a panini press down to the cigar shop.
That is almost, and I get the humor in it, but that's almost a fucking insult to what I can do.
Yeah, you're looking to make money. Like that's like
Yeah,
you said.
people at the lounge spend enough money on cigars. They're not going to spend it for dude.
Mm.
Actually, you know, Bruce is kind of, I hate to say it, and I'm glad he's not watching. He
don't know that.
he doesn't have a bad idea.
Which was
Moving down to Texas, which I don't want to do.
too
Ever.
hot.
Too fucking hot and just yeah, I'll just go with that.
Too many weirdos. It's worse than California for weirdos.
How do you figure?
Have you ever seen Texans? They're all like, "Look at my smoker," and they're not even like cool about it like Bubba is. They're like,
I got this belt by sitting on a bowl and molesting it for 8 seconds. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
My
Well,
shoes are
smoking a
pointed.
ham inside of it.
I don't know. I can't wait to get there.
But no, moving
Yeah,
down to
and you're gonna
Texas,
run.
moving down to Texas with a food truck and sell like tenderloin sandwiches or stuff that just they don't even fucking know exists in Texas, like a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Or lemon shake-ups and elephant ears.
No, I'm
Or
pretty
donuts.
sure. Well, you know, Texas is a home of tequila, so I'm pretty sure they have like a variation of lemon shake-up. It's just called tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Mike's Hard Lemonade. It comes in a
Yeah.
bottle or a can.
All right, nerdy. I can't wait, dude.
I also, you know, I'm kind of weird. I like this thing called seasons, where you have summer, spring, fall, autumn, winter, and down there you just get
Hot.
What is the
hot.
summer you speak of?
You got a bad place, bro. Because even I get summer. It's when we get the snow soft enough to make houses out of.
Oh no, I'm making a
best-
side-ass remark, being how close I am
The
to
best
Canada.
place. We have topless bars up here. Granted, you don't want to go to them because you know. I just wish they keep their tops on.
Bad, huh?
Let's put it this way: we had a Hooters up here, and they should have called it Flatties. I can't say that.
Yes, you can.
You mean IHOP?
You know what you call a hooker with one leg?
Peg?
IHOP.
Do you know what you call a hooker with one leg shorter than the other?
Eileen?
Eileen.
Tennessee. I actually enjoyed the fuck out of Tennessee.
Tennessee's pretty, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Why?
Why?
Because it's not Texas.
It's too wholesome for him.
No.
He can't find enough rent boys for his film series.
I mean, Tennessee is technically the buckle, the Bible fucking belt.
Yeah,
Like I said, too wholesome for him.
no, the gaming community is much less.
Actually, no. Nashville has a huge gaming community.
Yeah,
I've
the
never
problem the problem with you, Shadow, is like he probably lives like right next door to a guy who loves second edition D&D, and his other neighbor is probably a fucking warhound fiend. But the guy never talks to anybody and like hates fucking the most
No,
bizarre
I
things.
literally know. I literally am on first name basis.
I don't believe you.
I know you
I
don't,
believe the
but-
guy next to you is like
I
got
believe
20
him 'cause
Hellfire shirts.
I believe him because the one time I actually sent him something, I had to go through somebody's fucking else's address so he can pick up his, because he doesn't want the government to know where he lives.
Hooters,
know where
man,
he
Hooters
lives.
is where you go when you
I
run
found it
out
on-
of ones
I
to
found-
put into G strings.
I know where Shadow lives. I found it on Google Maps the other day when we were on the show.
No, you were close, but no cigar.
Yeah. I saw the mattress at the side of the building. You're storing it there. It was literally showed it on Google Maps. Do you want me to pull it up again? I'll pull
That's
it up
not
again
where I
right
live.
now.
That's not even close.
There was a mattress at the side of the building right by the garage because you were fucking cleaning. You had to get all the loose soiled condoms that you told the people that are not allowed to use in your fucking house.
No.
Out of the
You were
floor.
blocks away.
Yeah. I'll pull it up right now.
You said blocks away, dude.
Yeah.
Could you turn? Here's a question for you. You do like a Lost in Space type theme, right? So you're no longer on Earth, so that'll make Shadow happy. And the people get stuck on a planet that has the same concept as Lost, the TV series.
I only saw a couple episodes.
Yeah, they already
What
did that. It was called Stargate Discovery,
Oh.
or whatever the fuck it was called.
Stargate Universe?
Universe, thank
No,
you.
Stargate Universe, they never got off the fucking boat. They got off the boat a few times. But no, I'm actually stuck on a fucking planet where the concept is they're all fucking dead. They just don't know that they're dead, but they still have to go through some fucking shit.
Oh, you mean black hole?
Yeah, I hate that tired trope.
All tropes are tired, and we
that one is especially egregious.
Why? Somebody finds love in it. There's a happy ending for a few of them.
Because you're dead and none of it's real. In that respect.
But this, wait, hold on. We all could be dead or hooked up to the Matrix that's owned by Bank of America. I mean, who's to say? This could be purgatory. We all died. We're just in purgatory.
I'd
no.
buy that.
Have you ever seen that Monty Python skit where they're at the dinner party and Death is rapping at the door?
Yeah.
And then they're all dead, and then they discovered that they're all dead. They didn't think they were dead, you know.
I can't
So
say
they didn't cook
that.
the salmon or something properly, and they all died at the table, but they're all just still like eating and talking, and there's horrible Grim Reaper at the door. It was just funny.
I don't remember who said it. We're all dead. The body just hasn't caught up yet.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just saying, it'd be an interesting concept. We crash into a fucking planet that looks like paradise.
That is an interesting concept. Very creative.
Class M
You should
planet.
go with it. Go for it.
There's a mysterious force on the planet that's trying to wreck your fucking day.
Yeah, there was a video game. You guys remember Wizardry?
No.
That's literally the game. You're a D&D character, typical. You're in a D&D town, and you keep going into the dungeons, and you get henchmen, and you do everything, only to find out the entire town and everything around it was hit by an asteroid, and you've been dead the whole time. I was furious when I finally beat the game, so to speak, and you find all that out. I'm like, I literally wanted to snap the disc.
I'm surprised you didn't.
Me too. I hate that mind fuck at the end concept.
Oh, you know what's my favorite mind snap is when I'm dealing with somebody who believes that Jesus is
Sorry, Mike.
Jesus is white as the pure snow, Then I point out what part of the continent of the world he's in. I'm like, yeah, he's more likely to look a whole lot like me than your white ass. But that's okay.
Wow.
It's like, sorry, Jesus became white the more Western he went.
Yeah, and
Well,
blonde.
That
Yeah.
was the purpose of the story, to indoctrinate the outsider.
But now you go all the way to Hawaii and he's some surfer-looking fucking dude on a cross.
Really.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's,
Wow.
it's my personal Jesus, right? That's what the
Yeah.
song was about.
Personal.
Well,
I
I feel
had
like,
that song stuck in my head.
well, that's all right.
Yes.
I'm half tempted to go listen to REM.
Reach out and touch me.
Yeah, REM. I actually like REM.
They had like
Oh.
2 good songs.
Yeah. I'm sure you like "Man on the Moon."
Yeah, I got burned out on that one.
Nope.
Nah.
That song was so fucking dumb.
No, what was that? Driver 8, that song I liked, and there was one other. That was
Oh.
he's going back a ways.
It's
Losing My
the
Religion.
end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
Yeah, no, that
Oh,
song
fucking
was
hate that song.
Yeah, I hate that song.
Oh. Spoilers.
If you could interview anybody that has a YouTube channel, who would it be, Shadow?
Honestly, right now,
Keep in mind, you've already interviewed me.
did I?
No,
Yes.
no,
gonna
you
say.
haven't.
I'm trying to get to everybody. Big on my list is actually Venger.
Okay.
I really want to hang out with him, but I all I got to do is just go to his con and you know, what is it in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
VengerCon, and there's like 50 people there, and I guarantee we'd be in a game together. I don't know, that's a toughie. I really
I'm doing the egotistical thing right now.
maybe Salty.
Salty
Okay.
Cracker.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And if we were going to do that, it would have to be
Ask him why he never checks his sources.
It would be out in the desert doing some 4x ATVs, that sort of thing.
It's an interview, not molest.
Well, I would do the interview out there in the desert because
Where no one can hear him
got
scream.
he's got a serious social anxiety thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no. So not where nobody can hear him scream. There's
Oh,
a
the
ball
thing
gag for
this
that.
morning was hilarious about the robot that was getting beat up, and
Oh, I know.
it's coming. It's coming. The rights for robots. They were bullying this robot.
It's not that. It's destruction of someone's private property.
No, they bought it. They bought themselves a robot, and then we're beating it up, and it actually tried to run away.
Yeah.
And you can guess
After it freaked out, it fell over and then started glitching out a little bit.
You can guess, I'm sure.
Are you sure the video wasn't fake?
That
It
wasn't
looks
fake.
pretty real to me. I'm
Because
sure you
they
can
have
guess
faked that shit before.
the what group of people they come from. If not, I can send you the link to the show. It was pretty funny, but
I like it.
pretty telling. That it's a human trait, not just a.
Okay, no, because this is the thing. Those types of videos have been faked before. That's why I'm saying this.
I can see that. I can see that. It just it looked like one of the many YouTube channels that has certain kinds of content, and these clowns were
Being
doing
clowned.
stupid shit with a $70,000 robot. Because they're dumb.
He's
They
like
have
pushing
money.
it. He's going, come on, pushing his shoulder back, pushing it back, and
It's just
taunting them. And then it fell over and started freaking
the
out.
typical, the people come into money and then they do the dumbest shit they can think of.
Yeah.
Like get
Because they
married.
You know, CGI is amazing
Dumber
these
than that.
days.
Green gold.
Okay.
Yeah. I still love that one guy because there was a TLC series called Winners of Lottery or whatever. Something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah. The
I
one
bought
guy.
an 8-slice toaster.
No,
God.
no. The guy won like $80 million or something and blew it in like 2 years. He hired someone to buy random shit off the internet. And it's like his daughter ended up like a crack whore or something like that because she got hooked on drugs because of all the money, and then when it was gone, very very sad, very sad.
All right.
Mhm.
So he's saying salty. Justin, who would you want to interview?
On YouTube,
No, it has to be. It has to be a YouTube personality. It doesn't have to be in the gaming genre. It could be any personality out there.
oh.
But we all know Shadownuts watches nothing else but the gaming genre.
Well, he named some conspiracy nut.
Yeah, that's
Salty
true.
Cracker's a conspiracy dude.
Almost everything I've ever seen him talk about was real.
Yeah. Yeah. Real.
I can't think of one that didn't turn out real.
There's a reason why I said check your sources because no.
How many episodes of his show have you watched?
I've watched 15, but every single one I went and looked at the original sources for his thing, and it was the opposite of what he was talking about.
How can that be when he has film footage? You might have your. Are you
Yeah,
sure
well,
you're thinking about the same person, or you getting
Yes,
confused with somebody?
yes,
Because I mean, he's got video footage
So
from,
what? You can change the
security
context.
cameras, and he's making fun of what's going on, what transpired.
Yeah,
All that
well,
stuff can be fucking messed with these days if you get the right
Yeah.
program.
Or well, it's not even that. If it's not like some this dumb fuck is like burning something or breaking a mailbox or whatever. Like not that stuff, but whenever he talks about something serious, it's like I'm gonna look into this, and it's gonna be the opposite of what you're making your conclusions are. Right? Like you know what I mean? Like
No, I
whenever
literally
it's-
don't because
I don't either.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm wondering, which specific issues and episodes because
It was
he
more than
puts
a
out
year
he
ago.
puts out a show every day,
Yeah.
and two on Friday, Sunday, and Wednesday, which are live.
This was more than a year ago, so I'd have to go back and look. But I remember distinctively. It's like, okay, that's trivial junk. That's trivial junk. Okay, that's a serious thing. I'm gonna look into it. And then when I look into it, it's the opposite of what his conclusions were.
Yeah, but was the
What are you trying to verify?
Like,
Go ahead.
that's
yeah,
what I
what
said,
was
it's more
was
than
the
a
was
year
the
ago,
was
I
the
don't
item
remember.
something that everybody else got wrong as well?
Yeah, like it's one of those things where just taking the common
Mhm.
zeitgeist instead of actually investigating it. So
Well, how far do you expect the average non-government employee to be able to investigate?
what does the government have to do with anything?
Well,
It's like,
you can only go so
that,
far.
that's yeah. You go to the original source and actually read the article yourself.
And sometimes that's where the misinformation starts.
Yeah.
It's definitely less likely to be misinformation to actually read the article instead of just the headline.
Oh wow!
It's like a lot of those channels that they do the circle jerk thing. You're complaining you're always seeing the same thing. They're headline only people. They read the headline, see the image, and make up their own story.
Well,
Which
his
is what
is
that
usually a
headline thing
video
is meant to
footage,
do.
though.
Yeah, I literally need to see the specific topic because
Go
I haven't seen
watch
anything like.
go watch the next episode, and use your brain. I know you got one. And if it's not like some guy pushes over a mailbox type thing, it's an actual story.
Okay,
Go
here's
look for
one.
the original story and read the whole thing yourself.
Here's one that I actually buy off a Salty Cracker. Did he accused of drugging and raping 3 men? I believe that one.
Yes, but go and look up the actual story.
Oh yeah, no, I
Because
understand
that's
what you're
just a
saying.
headline. That's just a
Right.
headline that's designed to catch you into something.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's weird
okay.
because I have literally never missed a show, and I
Yeah.
can't remember a single story that he's covered that didn't turn out to be true.
Yeah, same here. I've been watching.
I literally can't think of one. I've literally never missed a single show of his in the 8+ years that I've been watching him.
But how many have you actually looked into?
I usually don't have to because it's like I said, it's all over the place, and a lot of times, especially the COVID and things like that, all that ended up being true. Everything, every conspiracy about it, and just about everything.
No,
Yep.
Shadow. No, they were all over the place, but they weren't true.
Well, case in point, the Wuhan lab thing, all the different
Yeah, okay.
things that we weren't allowed to
that
talk
was,
about ended up being
but-
true.
That was, but like not to like take your ivermectin 8 times a day. That will kill you.
No,
by the
nobody
way,
ever
if you
gave
do
any dosages because that would open you up to lawsuits.
that.
Yeah.
But
Maybe we can find a way to inject bleach into our system.
what into your system?
Nothing. I'm making fun.
He's
of
just
something.
trying to slam Trump because he was using that as a metaphor, not.
I don't know if he actually knows what A, how to spell metaphor,
No,
and B,
please.
I'm sure he graduated from his own
Dude,
university.
your TDS is showing. Come on.
Oh, Shadow.
No, that guy is pretty dumb.
How do you get to be
He
that
went to a
successful?
military
Well,
school.
he inherited the money first of all.
He inherited some and then went and turned and multiplied it.
Oh, no.
His
Into
dad
less
gave him
money.
money.
He multiplied it into less money.
I don't believe that for a
He
second.
graduated from a military school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've given
Oh
people
yeah,
money.
because nobody in the military is an idiot.
No, I'm not saying that, but
Hey, I'm Trump. Hey,
I
Donald.
just wish I lived in the world where Trump was a major league baseball player instead of whatever he is now.
I know. I want him to run at Carney.
I'm sure
No,
there's a parallel universe where he
broke
is.
his knee. That's why he didn't go into
Oh no, he had bone splinters.
whatever. It's all the same bullshit. It's just something with his leg.
Yep. Oh, I need to watch Dead Zone now.
Dead Zone. I
With,
just watched the
Martin
TV
Sheen?
series.
Yeah, something about selling Bibles out of the back of a car made me think of it.
Used in the video where you got stabbed, shot technically.
Oh, they should be in the case on the table with all the charges.
Your table?
I make fun of
The little
Biden.
table in the kitchen.
I'll make fun
Hey,
of
Jackie.
Tom. I
So
make
come
fun
say
of
hi to
Tom.
everybody.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey Jackie, how'd those voices work out for
Hey,
you?
how you doing, Jack?
I'm here, I think.
How did
Jackie-
what work out for him?
I want to say thank you, and he still hasn't fixed it, even though he knows it's wrong. It's been like 3 days.
why isn't it? There's some letters need to be rearranged there.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, guys.
You won't fix it. You'll
Anyway,
forget again.
Jackie,
I
what
wasn't
you think
talking
of them,
about that. Raven knows what I'm talking about.
What is he talking about?
You'll see.
Oh,
No, I won't see.
Oh yeah, you
I
will.
refuse to see.
You will see.
No, you can't just say you will see.
I guarantee you will see.
What will I see?
I feel like I should sign off.
What if I
you'll
just
see when you
don't?
see.
Use as a witness to
What if
child
I
abuse?
refuse to see? What if I leave? What if I just start walking to Arizona or whatever?
Well, can you send me some iced tea when you get there?
No shit.
Sure, why not?
Hi, Chewy. You're a good boy.
So Jackie,
Yes.
those 3 different sets of dialogue. I said, well, technically not dialogue.
Yeah, it would be dialogue.
Types of voice. Would you?
Wait, what?
Yeah, but it's the same exact wording. Those,
Yeah,
what'd you think of them?
I like them. I haven't made started working on the video really because I still need omens, and I put it into the file of I put it into the project, but I can't space it out until I have the other side of the conversation yet.
Yeah.
It's literally the only thing stalling the video.
I've been trying to find pictures of Porthos, like actors
You know they were good.
actors that played Porthos, and trying to figure out what facial destruction I want to do to my fucking face.
Go with Oliver Platt.
Over.
Oh, that's simple. All I have to do is shave down my fucking sides, and a little bit of right here and right here.
I've started growing mutton chops.
You are a mutton chop.
I used to be able to like do this and hold hair. Yeah, I used to.
You know, it's funny.
And not a little bit of hair either, just like a full.
I literally have not trimmed my beard since I cut it at all, except on the sides,
Yeah,
and it's been like a month.
Fucking my thumb.
And it's grown like
I meant to shave this morning.
half a centimeter tops.
Yeah, you're old.
You know, there's steroids for that.
There's what?
There's steroids for that.
Yeah, why would I want to do that?
Because you have a low T in your system.
Our
You're not as manly as you once were.
What do you mean? This is the most manly he's ever been.
It's fun. When he turned 40, his left ball finally dropped.
400 maybe.
Hanging out with us is caused him to develop testosterone for the first time.
Actually, if he moves outside of no, man, it'll go full turtle if he moves outside of California, anywhere it actually has this thing called weather.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It just disappeared.
What?
No.
Hey, the glasses weren't there, you liar.
Oh, liar!
Liar.
Blasphemer!
Really? They're not like behind the glass dish or anything?
Glass dish, what?
Okay, you know the table that has all the chargers and stuff on it?
Yes.
With the fruit bowl?
Yes.
Look behind it.
Yeah, look behind your dad. He's a fruit bowl too. Space, the final frontier. You know, I always thought the Star Trek entrance to Next Generation space, the final frontier. You know, I always thought they wasted that entrance on that show because it wasn't the final frontier. They went from port to port to port to Riz or wherever the fucking Pleasure Island plan is. Yeah, they never actually went to unknown space unless Q was involved. But Deep Space.
Yeah, that was clearly the province of the first series, and then second generation just forgot that.
Voyager was very much it earns space, the final frontier.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. You asked me who I wanted to meet from YouTube.
Interview.
Alexander Daddario has a YouTube channel.
Wait, why do I know that?
Who is she?
True Detective.
Yeah.
Did you watch season 1 of True Detective?
Oh,
We said interview, not ogle.
Yeah, well, do the same thing.
I want to give her the Hugh Hefner.
I can do two things at once.
I want to give her the Hugh Hefner interview
for a month long.
She could be my top spread.
Well, 3 weeks. I don't play with blood.
All right. Well, anyways, no comment. What about you, Crafty Gamer? Who do you want to interview outside of Bruce?
Oh, that's extremely easy. My absolute favorite painter. Shadow doesn't like him, but I understand why, and I also understand why he didn't do it, which is Squidmar. The painting, yeah, Squidmar. Technically, I want to interview both.
You like him over
email
Sam
and.
No, it's not. You're
What?
still lying.
Liar!
Oh, over Sam Lens. Yeah. It's very easy.
Who that is.
The one that actually produces content is the one you like.
I haven't seen a video of his in a while.
So
but
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Bob Ross produced product before he died.
Yeah. If you had a choice of interviewing Bob Ross or the guy that paints slightly better than Bob Ross but hasn't painted anything in the last 60 years, concurrent
It's not
with
been
Bob
60
Ross's
years.
life.
How long has it been? I'll have to look him up because
Well, that's the thing is he'll say he'll do a video and then it'll take like 6 months for it to come out, and
Really?
then he won't do anything for like another 9 months, and then like you
really,
know what I mean? It's like yeah,
no, I just his name is or
because
channel
he's won a
just fell
bunch
off
of
my radar.
he won a bunch of golden demons. That's why people know his name. And he's been on what's that guy
Uncle Adam.
Uncle Adam's YouTube channel a fuck ton.
Uncle
Yeah,
Lester.
that's how I came across him in the first place.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then
How
I the same way here, and then I went to his YouTube channel and I looked to see how active it was.
God, now I want to go to. I miss Mr. Donuts.
Mr. Donuts.
Joey, what are you eating?
We have it. We have a donut shop called Gross Donuts up here. Well, not in our town over, but still.
Yeah, Mr.
Oh.
Donuts closed out. Then we had Lester's Donuts, home of the Lester cream Boston.
Boston
So-
cream.
So how about you, Raven? Who would you interview? And would any of us have ever heard of this person?
Yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Does she have a YouTube channel?
She has a YouTube channel.
Real? I didn't even know
She
she was
did have.
still alive.
I knew she was still alive. I didn't
No,
know she
no,
had a YouTube channel.
Okay,
Not-
excuse
not-
me.
Not is there a
Coherent.
YouTube channel that uploads her music?
Well, here, let me look. Well, there was. Let me see if it's still there.
Like Ted Nugent had a YouTube channel for like 5 fucking seconds.
He still has a channel.
During
Those-
COVID.
oh, yeah, during COVID he had a channel.
Oh
he
yeah,
still has
he
it.
used to do his fireside chats,
Oh, yeah.
I saw a video of his,
go on his rants.
a couple
I
of
love
months
that.
ago.
Oh, does he still do shit? I kind of.
Oh yeah. You probably just got
He's
unsubscribed
hilarious.
or
Yeah,
got
he had
buried
to
with
go
all
under
your
his wife's channel for a while because they censored him.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
Yeah, he had a jacket in the background that had Trump and Nugent with 2025. It was funny.
They wouldn't censor him for that.
No, they didn't censor him for that. They
No,
censored him
he-
for the shit he
plenty
said.
of. He says plenty of things that could get you censored.
Yeah,
Ted
Like-
Nugent and Vice President Ted fucking Nugent. Well, boys and girls,
No.
everybody's getting gunned and a bow and
Yeah.
a tent, and we're going to learn how to go hunting and camping. Teddy,
Yeah,
Ted
she's got a
Nugent
channel.
style. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Listen.
What? How did Peter Griffin say? A chicken in every pot and a cap in every ass.
Yeah. Listen, I love Ted Nugent.
Yeah, well,
Hunting wise, he's a beyond approach when it comes to his. I actually have nothing bad.
I just want to say one thing about that. Sorry, that cap will be in the chicken's ass, and I ain't eating a chicken that's had that many steroids to be that big.
So how about you, Connell? Who would it be?
And we're not tag teaming with Alexis Daddario.
Damn you!
That's fucked up that you said "damn you" because no dude
Yeah.
should be tag teaming any woman. It's the other way around. Just for the record.
Yeah,
Hey, it's only give or balls
and
time.
I call claims
No.
on her sister too.
All right. Who do I? Oh, either technically two. I'd be interested in interviewing. First one is the fat electrician.
The fat electrician.
Never heard of him.
Mm-mm.
He does military stuff. He's interesting as hell. And JD Delay.
Who's that?
He's the con. Redhead.
No.
Just either one. A fat electrician. He's a military. He does
Yeah,
military.
I think I know who you're talking about with the electrician guy. Is he
Uh,
bald?
He has a hat on. He could be bald. Bruce has showed
Mustache?
videos. Yeah.
Okay,
Bruce has
I
showed
just saw a
videos
video
of
of his
this guy.
a little while ago, actually.
There's an Indian guy. I don't remember his channel name, but he always electrocutes himself. He electrocutes himself in every video.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Actually, what I'll do, Shadow, is I'll send you like just a random fucking one I think you might be interesting from a fat electrician. He talks
Yeah,
about.
I think he just did one about the LA Fire Department.
He might have. He did one about White Castle not that long ago. He does military heroes or ships. He does restaurants, just talking about restaurants models, like makes fun of, not makes fun of them. He's talked about how Waffle House is the only restaurant in America that FEMA actually calls to make sure it's work. There's something going on because if White Castle doesn't close, then it's not that big of an emergency.
Okay, that's fair.
Uh,
Move.
Bruce has showed a couple of his videos on game day where he's talking about the USS Texan doing the gangster lean, shooting those spicy sedans into D-Day. I know that was a bad day.
Yeah, it sounds like the same guy, but I could be, that look, facially wise,
And JD,
could fit a bunch of different other people.
JD Delay is the one that has got popular for saying making wood chippers great again.
That's weird. I thought it was salty, but okay.
No, that's an old thing. That is a really old, like 2014.
Make pedophiles scared again.
That's like a 2014 right.
That's about how maybe not 14, maybe 16. This is as long as I've been watching Salty back.
Yeah, 2013, 2014. That shit was going around on.
I'll send you videos of both People's Shadow, but really, if a straight up interview just to talk to the guy.
But then again, actually, wait. Trying to think, because I don't know that I was actually watching YouTube back then.
You weren't.
2014. YouTube was a thing.
No, but he wasn't watching it.
Yeah, I was. I only kind of recently discovered YouTube, like 2016.
Were you bored one Saturday night?
I was either gaming or raising Jackie. He was a lot younger, so we were doing a lot of things.
Get it. I mean, how old? Jackie's what? 15.
He's 16. He'll be. Well, actually, no, I think he'll be 16. No, wait.
He's 16 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like 2 years older than my daughter. So I get it.
Really, Shadow's just making up numbers, right? He actually picked up Jackie at the Home Depot.
We all know that is the
crotch shot. No crotch shots from you, Shadow. Bad enough you had one guy on here already gave us all crotch shot.
Oh.
Ah, no, I'm blind.
Oh, because that time I turned the light on.
I'm coming, dear. Don't worry, honey.
My pants was still up.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Oh.
That's going back a ways.
I've never actually seen that show. I just know what little Family Guy I've seen. Like the Family Guy Star Wars is the only Family Guy that's watching.
You could just stop talking now. You've never seen Stanford and Sons?
Yeah, it's from Stanford and Son.
Red Fox?
Yeah. Oh, I'm coming.
Julio was the best. I don't know who that mincing Puerto Rican was, but it was funny.
Yeah.
He was actually like a pretty famous bit actor for a while.
This show's just been dynamite.
Jimmy.
JJ Walker.
JJ, yeah.
I grew up watching reruns of that fucking shit.
I never really watched it, but I used to say that all the fucking time. Dynamite.
Really?
Yeah.
It was on. It was like on in between two other shows I think my family watched. Mind you, back in the day there wasn't a whole lot to choose from.
There still isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time I have Forge of Fire on. Is Forge of Fire? It's yeah.
Hey, what's up, Bubba?
Yeah, but Nickelodeon did reruns of Sanford and Sons, Get Smart, bunch of the old ones back, for a long ass time growing up. Dragnet, Flipper. You know what happened to Francis? Because that was the name of the dolphin.
What?
Dolphins apparently get depressed. Francis went to the bottom of her fucking tank and decided not to come back up.
She committed suicide. Really? that is traumatic because animals have such a survival instinct that to override that not only shows that she's very intelligent, but that and self-aware.
Well, I've never played
Wow.
checkers with a dolphin before, but I've heard they're fucking intelligent.
Oh yeah, they are intelligent.
Oh, you know they remade
It's terrible. I didn't know
Flipper.
that.
They
What?
remade Flipper in the early 2000s, late 90s.
Oh, with Crocodile Dundee guy, Hogan,
Oh,
No, with
because they did a remake with him.
did they
Yeah,
Flipper?
because as a kid, I got him and Hulk Hogan.
Chico and the Man. That's funny, dude. I
Oh
haven't
my
thought-
gosh, I forgot all about that one. Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that because the day that Freddie Prinze Jr. Did the thing, and stopped being on TV, that was my current event for like fourth grade. I walked in, what's your current event? And I told everybody in class. That,
What did he do?
Oh, he pulled a Kirk and Bang.
Oh, what?
He self-deleted.
He got extra
Who?
lead.
Freddie
He
Prinze
got
Jr.?
extra lead.
No,
vitamins
Freddie
that day.
Prinze, his father.
Oh, okay. That's like
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr., his son, gave up acting and is now a writer for WWE.
Wait, what were the spin-offs for Sanford and Son and Chico and the Man?
Fuck if I remember. I've drank and slept
Or,
since then.
or did I miss something there, Bubba?
Do.
I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay, yeah. In 2000 or in 1996, there was the Flipper movie with Elijah Wood, but the year before that,
Okay.
Yeah.
they also had a TV series. Come
Oh
out.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure that I'm not surprised. It's like every couple
Yeah,
years, like a new fucking Zorro TV show pops up.
Yeah. So that lasted from 95 to 2000, and the female lead was Jessica Alba.
Does she have a
The
YouTube channel?
Invisible
Because I might be changing my answer.
No, maybe.
Sanford Farms, I never heard of that.
Remember
But-
Laverne and Shirley? I used to
the-
watch that every
The
day.
dolphin humped her in the pool.
Oh my god. Well, dolphins are known to kill infant dolphins so that they can get the mother into heat again. That they will kill their own, so they mate. They're supposedly sex addicts.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
So you're saying the rapist is natural in nature?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's very natural in nature.
In some species.
Quoting Johnny
Some-
Depp, nature.
Some species, specifically how they procreate.
Was it line?
Male
Nature.
chases.
Yeah, I mean, well, other than cats.
I'm just saying,
And-
I do not respect the mating habits of chickens. Are ducks?
Okay, I got a question for
Are
you,
swans?
Yeah.
Justin. I got a question for you. You got two
Basically anything that has a barbed penis.
Oh, God.
all right, Justin. I got a question
No.
for you. I got a question for you. There's
What?
there's two black cocks on a table. All right, you got this. How many feet are on the table?
Half a foot.
Seriously, how many feet are on
Half
the
a
table?
foot.
Yeah,
Unless it's porn.
No,
Because
no.
outside of porn, they
6.
statistically have much smaller. Like,
all right, Shadow. I'll
this-
ask you because he's being a jackass.
No, this is the actual science. The largest.
Just
group of-
how many feet are on the fucking table? 4.
Isn't it 4? Because if you got 2 cocks, you got 2 birds. Each bird has 2 feet.
4. All right. How many wings?
4.
Same thing.
Okay.
Right. How many beaks?
2.
2.
How many whiskers does a white pussy cat have?
22.
6.
Each cat has 22 whiskers.
See,
No fucking clue.
So, Shadow, you're telling me you know more about black cocks than you do about white pussy.
Well, I don't normally date women. It's funny as shit, but everybody knows I don't normally date white women. So there you go.
I hate to break the news to you, but
Justin was stepping all over that fucking joke. Damn it!
yeah, because I know a lot more about Black Hawks than I should.
So when is
This is I know a lot of bizarre things. Okay.
Yeah. I think we all do. That's one of the reasons why we all get along because we all know such weird ass shit.
All cats
Speaking
have
of,
22
speaking of,
whiskers.
real quick. Speaking of, what is this you sent me on Discord? Electro Boom.
Okay, so that was the guy I was talking about. I was gonna post one of the things in the thing, but
electric boom?
yeah. He's actually Iranian, and this is
Sounds
the
like
guy I
a
was just talking
porn
about a
star
minute
from
ago.
the 70s. You can call me electric boom.
Yeah. So every time he goes to build something or something, he'll just see how much charge there is by touching the live wires.
I want to see
That's,
this.
that's so fucking stupid. On multiple fucking reasons. Voltage.
Oh, send it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of. I haven't seen any YouTube videos, but I've seen shorts of his stuff on Pinterest every once in a while. And either this guy is absolutely the luckiest person on the planet, dumbest person on
No,
the planet,
he knows
combination
what
of
he's
the two,
doing.
or he absolutely knows what he's doing and likes making himself look retarded.
Yeah, it's a joke, right?
Hold on a
'Cause
second.
he knows. It's also like if you ground yourself, it just passes through, so you get like the tingle and there's
Some
no actual
people find it
damage.
to be a little rising to the occasion.
I think didn't Hungar have a clip
Whoa! I don't want to know. I don't.
of this dude, or maybe it was you that put it on Hungar's show. But he's kind of a young guy, and he had this big contraption in his garage, and he ended up blowing out the. He did something and zapped himself, and then blew out the neighborhood
I don't remember.
somehow, and he had to get up from his chair and run behind something piece of equipment in the video clip.
We watched on my show the microwave, the where he built the giant microwave.
Oh, I think I know
that dude. Okay.
that guy.
Oh,
That
okay.
wasn't sexual though. that had
No.
nothing to do with getting off.
The
though.
guy who builds that huge fucking microwave. I think he
Yeah.
lives here in Illinois.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was watching one of his videos and there was a shirt he was wearing. I'm like, I think I know what it's. I'm like, I recognize that. I'm like, I wonder if he lives in Illinois. So, that joke about the roosters and the kitty cat, I think I'm going to try that one on Bruce.
Yeah. You know more about Blackhawks than this person.
I know a few people just banned me from their show. And rightfully, oh my God, I wish Sean were still alive and he'd talk to me. I miss Sean, I really do. I have no one to pick on.
Yeah. He was more fun to do that with than.
I do really miss his Skyrim videos. They put me to sleep. They're a nice sleeping aid.
You know, they're still available now.
I know, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
What did Hungar call them? Kitty and Catland porn or something?
Yeah, we couldn't remember the name of Skyrim. We all brain farted on it, so just made some shit up.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
That was not Hungar. That was on Hungar's show. That was this guy. Once again, people are stealing my fucking jokes. It's okay.
Well, I don't know. Ooh, back in the day, if I don't know, I have a weird. Okay, who was your first TV crush there, Shadow? TV/Hollywood.
Linda Ronstadt,
From
Was she even
the
running back
singer.
then?
she's
The
a singer.
singer.
Okay, singer. Okay, fair enough.
How do you?
Justin.
Fuck, who was that? I watched a lot of Star Trek: The Next Generation when I was a kid.
Wesley's mom.
Yeah, or the other one.
Wait a minute. Over Famke Newman. Seriously?
Both of them. I've never been the kind of guy that will say no to a threesome or a fivesome or an eightsome.
Right, but
as long as
real
I'm the
question-
only dude.
The real question is, have you ever been invited?
A gentleman does not speak about the
Yeah, that's a
conquest.
hard no.
Just once.
I haven't.
Just once, okay.
Shadow, have I ever sent you like an old picture of what I used to look like back in high school?
Yes,
in college?
absolutely.
I was about to say I haven't always looked like this. The blob that you see in front of you.
Pizza the Hut. Shadow used to look like a cop.
Shadow is a cop. He's just been lying to us all.
Yeah,
He's really.
he's
I have
our
no idea
he's
what
our
you're talking
FBI handler.
Yeah.
I have no
He's-
idea what you're talking
No,
about.
he's
he
the
is
cop
the
from
Hank
the
Moore.
Village People.
That was black. So thank you. I don't know how you.
That's okay.
Black guy. I mean, just go
Wow,
with the obvious.
it's
I
very Shadow. It's very easy how we mistake you for a black guy. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
I mean, if I looked like anybody was the construction worker, come on, get it right.
I don't get
No, no,
Let's
you
just
look
chirp.
like the cop. His smoke detector went off for like 3 years.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
It's so stereotypical black. The freaking fire commissioner.
Okay, so who was your first TV crush, Justin?
Both the chicks from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay, all right,
Oh
Crafty.
no. See, when I said Famke Newman, that's not. She was only on one episode.
Oh, yeah. I would slam that too, but
You're
She was
thinking,
way better than everybody else on that show.
well, yeah, but she wasn't in the whole series, so I couldn't like look at her every day at
Okay.
4 to 6 because Star Trek
you're
played.
locked in your room with a towel and wishful thinking. Yes, we understand.
Well, I was like 6, so
All right, a binky and wishful thinking.
Okay, wait a minute. Because in some places a binky is a pacifier, and some places a binky is a blanket. So which location?
Blanket.
both.
Well,
Both.
knowing Justin probably this way.
Nice, Justin.
And it had,
Self-burn,
it had a
nice.
great big black rooster on it.
No, my blanket had the Ninja Turtles. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
it did.
So was it Donatello or Raphael that ended up in your
All
mouth every
4.
night? All 4.
You're
All
sick bastard.
I walked into that before I realized what you were saying.
Yeah, you did. All right, Crafty. What's who's your
I can't
favorite
do
crush?
that from this device, but I'll show you the picture Justin's talking about. Because Bubba's probably never seen that picture of me and Jack back in the day, right, Justin?
Yeah.
And if you look very carefully, you'll notice Shadow has not changed at all.
Well, my hair is longer, and
He has changed.
I'm 50 pounds heavier.
There's a picture of him that he hides in a fucking attic that no one gets to see.
I don't have an attic, and those pictures are actually just in the garage.
Picture.
Yeah. He's just doing a Dorian Gray thing. And it's not a picture, bro. It's a cave painting.
Boy, that elephant has a thick ass. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
All right.
Trust me, that wasn't what Shadow was looking at and saying.
That trunk is big as my forearm. Really, you say?
Degenerate.
Your point is what?
Nothing. Just stating you're degenerate.
Technically, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So does that count?
You didn't have it. What? Say that again.
You cut out. I couldn't hear you.
I said
What
I didn't
was
have a
it?
child. I said I didn't have a childhood crush until I was a teenager. Does that count?
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Your first TV crush.
Mm-hmm.
As here,
Or-
Jessica
or-
Alba from Dark Angel.
Or movie
Wait,
or Hollywood.
hold on. Who did you say?
Jessica Alba from Dark
Jessica
Angel.
Alba from Dark Angel.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know, she had sex with a dolphin.
Hey, Albert.
You see that? That's the picture
Yeah.
Justin's talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a little small. You can blow it up.
I literally can't.
Oh,
Okay.
right there. Yeah. You see, Officer Shadwell.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the Jackie. Look at that. Look at that face.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
You know, somehow Shadow ad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, the fat
I'm
makes you
aging in
look younger.
reverse. I got to the limit of human age,
Yeah.
and now I'm going backwards.
Merlin.
Yeah.
So I gotta go, but my quick answer to this one, crush, is Jennifer Shue from Karate Kids. Those legs can
That
go
was
all.
the TV. That was a movie.
I said TV or movie,
Mm-hmm.
and those legs
I
can go
picked
all the way
neither.
up.
I picked music.
Well,
Mine
who's
was
that
David
woman?
Cassidy, Partridge Family.
Oh, what was her
yeah.
name? She sang that song. Heather. I think we're alone now.
No, she's saying Heat Wave and
No. I'm talking about the one I thought was hot.
Oh,
She's singing the mall. I think we're alone now.
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Did you get that issue of Playboy?
Wait, what?
Who was it? Who was it? Kim Carnes who
All
sang
right.
"Kids in America"?
Oh, I know the
We're the
song. Couldn't
kids
tell you.
in America.
I'll talk to you all later.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
Party on
I gotta
Bell.
hit it too. Connell, good having you. I will see everybody tomorrow on that guy's show.
Writing week 4 starts on Friday.
Yep.
All right,
And-
because this is not my show, and I shouldn't say this, but fuck you, Condor.
You're well within your rights to spread that far and wide, because yeah.
Is that your promotion tag
I-
for Shadwell
I-
Production? Spread it far and wide.
No.
Yes.
That doesn't even make any sense. It really doesn't.
Yeah, it's a deep and thick reference.
I wouldn't.
It's like okay,
you would
here-
know. You
okay,
would know.
real
You're
quick.
the master.
Here's your
You invented this
asshole.
thing.
Here's your asshole before prison. Here's your asshole after prison.
No.
Yeah.
Or if you do a Chadwell production.
Again, no.
Shadwell.
Whatever.
I want to clarify. I don't want Condor to go fuck himself. I want him to take a shower.
Bye.
What's water ever done to deserve that?
Good
Pour
point.
water.
Good
You know
point.
that's just going to contaminate all the water across the planet.
I didn't say he was allowed to pour it into the rest of the water supply.
Well, he has to boil it off and then contaminate the atmosphere. That
He has to
could be
boil it
worse.
off, then take the peachlet crap that's remained afterward and compress it into a lead bar.
And shoot it into the heart of the sun. Maybe that'll
Yeah,
take care of it.
yeah.
Fair
Every time he takes a shower or whatever.
All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I want to do some writing before
here.
the night is over, and I've got some other things I have to take care of. So thanks, everybody. You too, especially you, Crafting, for putting up with this this story that you hated so very much.
Yeah,
Hopefully
sorry
the
for
next
being
one will be
late.
better. And
Yeah.
fear not,
When
your
is
birthday's coming up.
What is the next reading assignment?
Beastmaster.
Okay, I didn't know if it was final. All right.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find Witch World. Otherwise, it would have been that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a shame too.
Beastmaster.
'Cause,
Okay.
I wanted to read something I wasn't familiar with, but that's fine.
Yeah. Well, have you ever read Beastmaster?
No.
I hear the story is totally different.
Okay, that'll.
I could be totally wrong though. So
Yeah. Either way, maybe it won't suck. Because I have heard some things about Andre Norton that aren't.
Stop it!
Okay, I'll stop talking about it. Good night, everybody.
yeah.
Take care, Raven.
See,
Crafty,
you wouldn't have
thanks
these
again,
problems if
Justin.
Yes.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Party on,
Bye.
everyone.
Happy trails, everybody.